Good afternoon. It's 3:02. I'm Joseph Bonanno, live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs Studios. In Titans news over the weekend, Tom Pelissero reported that the team agreed to a restructure contract with wide receiver Calvin Ridley to keep him in Tennessee for the 2026 season. No terms for the contract are known just yet, but Ridley will remain a Titan this year. In NFL news today, the New York Jets sent quarterback Justin Fields to the Kansas City Chiefs in return for a 2027 sixth-round pick. Fields will be the backup in Kansas City as Patrick Mahomes continues to rehab from a torn ACL. The NCAA tournament bracket is set as 3 teams from the state of Tennessee make the cut. Tennessee State lands the 15th seed in the Midwest region. They'll face Iowa State on Friday at 1:50. Vanderbilt lands the 5 seed in the South region and will face McNeese State on Thursday at 2:15. And Tennessee lands the 6th seed in the Midwest region and will face the winner of Miami, Ohio, and SMU on Friday at 3:25. Miami, Ohio, and SMU will play in the first 4 on Wednesday night at 8:15. For your foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Bringing news at once in your home of the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Beautifully cold and snowy after 75 yesterday. I don't know. This is, if you're new to town or just visiting or whatever, this is kind of how we do weather.
It's kind of bunk.
Storms last night.
Bunkety, bunk, bunk, bunk.
How was Orlando?
It was 85 degrees there.
Yeah.
I come home, it's 30.
I mean, it's been like that here until you came home.
Oof.
Were there lots of screaming kids?
Yes. Although most of them were older. There were not a lot of tinies, which is what
really?
Baby Babs is.
Yeah.
But it was great. Just how I thought I would spend spring break.
Yeah. Well, I spent the last several days over at the SEC tournament, which was a lot of fun. Great games, and saw a lot of great people, and a lot of 3HL listeners came up to me, which I absolutely love. Because we talk about it. Sometimes, like, people don't come up to you, and then they tweet about it. Like, I saw Mayor and Babs and Slay, and, like, why didn't you come talk? Come talk.
Come say hi.
Yeah. I ran into a guy named Ronnie Perkins, and he's been an official and referee, TSSAA, little dude baseball, all this stuff. So he comes up to me, and he's like, Brent. I said, yes, sir. He said, I used to umpire one of your kids' baseball games.
Oh, nice.
And I immediately thought, okay, what's coming next? And he
you were
said,
like, was I a jerk?
Yeah. So he said, you actually came up to me after a game and told me how good of a job I did. And I really appreciated that, and it stuck with me, and I always wanted to run into you so I could tell you that. And I said,
nice.
Oh, that's really, really nice of you. I said, I have gotten wrinkled up a little bit from time to time, but it's usually because, like, if umpire, official, whatever, is not paying attention.
Right.
Like, I have no problems with balls and strikes and outs and safe and all those things. But if you're not paying attention, like, these baseball games are like World Series games to these kids. Like, they take it so seriously, and it's very important to them. So I just kind of expect that in return. But, yeah, when he said that, I used to umpire your kids' games, I was like, uh-oh, what's coming next? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's such a great event in Nashville, the SEC basketball tournament. Even if you're not a basketball fan, it's so great to be over there and to be downtown and to see everybody in their colors and all those things. So a lot of fun. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
There she is. She's Babsy Davenport.
What
y'all.
up? Happy Monday, everybody.
Slay Dog is in Bristol. The mothership, the big ESPN, working with their college basketball coverage. The tournament brackets are out, and we have a lot to discuss. NFL topics as well, Titans. We didn't get a chance to really talk about the rebranding of the Titans, so we can certainly do that.
Yeah, new unis.
That's right. If you want in, 615-737-1045, the executive producer of 3HO is Zeph.
What up?
Hi, Zeffy.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back. I missed y'all.
It's been a minute since you've seen old Zeffy.
Still looks 12.
Wow. Hi, Zeph.
All right, moving on.
Welcome into the show.
You missed me.
Zeph, you want to lead with Tennessee baseball? I think they got a walk-off yesterday.
Not a walk-off.
It wasn't
but
a walk-off, yes.
A
That's true,
go-ahead
but
homer, which a
top of the ninth.
freshman on Georgia made an incredible catch. I don't think the ball would have gone out. I think it would have hit the top of the fence if he didn't. I think it was just short. But still an incredible catch to steal that game or to complete the comeback in that game and steal one from Tennessee at home. Yeah, I mean, Georgia's good. They look real good. Tennessee,
they are good. Georgia took 2 of 3 from Tennessee. While we're on baseball, World Baseball Classic, you want to get into that?
Yeah, the U.S., close one last night.
Some questionable called third strikes.
So like everybody, I saw
U.S. beat Dominican Republic. They will play for the World Baseball Classic title.
Well, they're no. Yeah, they will. They moved on. The other games tonight. It's either going to be Italy, which is a surprising run for the Italians, or Venezuela. So Italy's got a tough matchup. But like everyone, I saw the pitch from like the center field camera where it clearly looked low, but there was a replay that shows the angle from the side view of home plate, and in real time, it's hard to call. It's hard to call.
They were balls. Zeph.
I will say this is probably
hard to call.
From the side, but he's not on the side.
I will say this is probably going to lead to the ABS, the automatic.
Ronnie Perkins would have made that call.
This will probably lead to the ABS eventually being implemented into the World Baseball Classic. There are a couple MLB players who already tried to use it, like when the thing first started a couple weeks ago, and realizing that, hey, they're not doing this system. It's just umpiring. Because now these MLB players are trained to challenge when they don't think a call is right. But, yeah, tough one for the Dominican. Good for the U.S. to move on.
I'm good.
It was a great game. Pitching duel. Both sides had some studs.
Knock Trops had balls. They were. The good guys win. 615-737-1045. Brackets are out. Who wins it all? Auburn's a 1 seed.
In the NIT. She didn't like that.
Are they playing? Because most of the Power 4 schools have said
declined,
no thanks.
They actually
Belmont declined, too. With Casey Alexander going to Kansas State.
Their situation's a little different.
Their situation's different. The other ones, like IU, what are you doing?
They declined.
I know.
They're too good for the NIT.
Well, but they're not. That's the problem. But they paid their players a lot of money, and it didn't pan out. I'd be like, oh, you're playing again.
I think Auburn's excited. I saw their social media department put out a graphic that says, we're hosting the NIT tournament.
Yeah, they are. They play South Alabama tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I honestly brought that up because of Babs. And she eye-rolled me when I did. So I got what I wanted what I deserved.
I think part of the reason they didn't get in is because
BP went nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, he was on the Dan Patrick show and trying to kind of walk through that. But, I mean, he's supporting his son, so. Just.
Yeah, well, he didn't really do a good job of supporting his son, saying, is the reason he got the job nepotism? Yep.
That was pretty amazing. 615-737-1045. I hung out with this guy at the SEC tournament. Gator Mike in the house. Gator Mike, what's
Gator
up?
Mike?
Brent, it was great to see you and all the peeps. Don, listen to my weekend. Besides getting to see my team play, although they didn't make it to the championship.
They didn't play very well.
They got rolled.
No, they didn't play very well.
But that's Brent. They would have beat anybody that day, Don. I'm telling you. They were hitting everything. Crazy. So congratulations to my Vandy friends. We had 2 Vandy people in our suite, so I told them I'd give them a shout-out. They listened to the show. Congratulations. They were great sports. But, Don, listen to this. We had
his suite was amazing.
I saw Brent.
Yeah.
We had Joey Kent. We had Albert Hainsworth. we had your counterpart, Chris Doring, Dawn.
Ah, Doreen.
I thought he was going to give us more dirt on you, but he wouldn't. He mentioned something about a Kentucky spring game. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
that's all
we'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, he was a great dude.
I enjoyed my Kentucky spring games.
Yeah, CD's. He's amazing.
Lexington is a fun place to go out.
He had to be.
That's where I jacked up my ankle, by the way.
He had to be back and do radio this morning after.
Yikes.
CD likes to go.
Yeah, he said he was getting in it like after midnight or something, too. Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, but he was leaving during the storms, and it was a nightmare. He didn't get there until 4:30 in the morning, and then he had to do radio. Yeah.
Don, then listen to this. Then Zach Pillar calls Chris Doring. Brent gets on the phone with him. I'm like, we had everybody. I had more fun almost in the suite than I did watching the basketball tournament. It was so much fun.
There's some big personalities in there.
There was a lot going on. It was
awesome.
Yeah.
Great time.
Drew Maddox popped in?
Drew Maddox popped in after the Vandy game. Yeah, it was like, hey, Brent, it was like a SEC tournament green room. That's what it reminded me.
So you're going to keep talking. Everybody's going to want in your suite now.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't my suite. I was a guest, so we just got lucky. So anyways, but great to see you all. I'm excited Florida held on to that 1 seed.
Yeah.
A tough region. They may get Vandy in the Sweet 16 if both teams win. So, we'd have to have the rubber match.
That's crazy. I'm not as confident about Florida as I was after watching them against Kentucky and Vanderbilt. Maybe it's kind of, we were all kind of talking about this, Babs, and maybe you agree. Sometimes when you're a 1 seed and your goals are a little bit different than everybody else, you kind of sleepwalk through the conference tournament a little bit.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
I'm wondering if they did that. Yeah.
I also, real quickly, I did go out of my way to see Zeph. I did run by Media Row to see Zeph. So shout out to Zeph. Yep.
Well, he does let you through every day on the phone or whenever you call. So.
Well, listen, great to talk to y'all. I know y'all up against a break, but I just wanted to holler and great time. And Babs, we missed you, but Brent, it's always good to hang out with you and chat, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Kater Mike with the flex. There were a lot of big personalities in that suite. There's no doubt about that.
Whose suite was it?
I don't even.
You don't even know. Nobody knows.
I don't even know. Shout out to Jenny, too. Works at Bridgestone. We saw a lot of her, me and Kirby with an eye. It was in the 70s yesterday. It was snowing as I drove over here.
Yeah. It was snowing when we landed. Listen, I'm just glad we got home. I mean, there are people still stuck in Orlando. There are people stuck everywhere because of the storm system that went through. There were at least 3 Nashville flights canceled yesterday.
Right. And, well, selfishly, I was worried about that at one point, and I didn't have my calendar in front of me. But I was like, Babs, you are back tomorrow because I knew Slay wasn't here.
We were up at about 3:30 in the morning to make sure to get through the craziness that is the Orlando airport.
There are 10. That is crazy world. It's like its own little universe, honestly. Orlando. They've got
that's
pods
like
everywhere.
Not organized.
No. It's
crazy.
It is not organized chaos like this show.
Yeah, imagine spring break.
Yeah. There are 10 teams in the SEC, from the SEC in the NCAA tournament.
Is that about what we thought?
Yeah,
it would
10
be?
or 11. They were hoping to get 11 in, but
Auburn got screwed.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
I don't know how screwed
Auburn
they
got
got.
screwed.
Well, I mean, if you want to look at the quality wins versus SMU SMU's quality wins.
Who Tennessee might play. SMU's lost 5 out of 6 going into the tournament. They get Miami of Ohio in the play-in game, and they're favored.
Like, you can't. Would you? Can you tell me that you would put SMU in over Auburn?
They've lost 5 out of 6.
I know.
I mean, I haven't looked at it that closely, but I know that Auburn was first team out, according to Lenardi, before the SEC tournament.
Yeah, but then they showed up.
Won 1 game. And they led Tennessee until about the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, and then they let up a 20-0 run.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Auburn. All right, when we come back, speaking of Joe Lenardi, that dude is incredible.
On point this year.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. If you want in, 615-737-1045. Also, Titans have a lot of speed in the wide receiver room.
What? Who?
It's crazy.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
Got it
believe
for you.
you.
Mike Herndon with the post. We'll do that as we roll through the Monday edition of 3HL. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, 104.5 The Zone. Man, that temperature is fluctuating. You might not know what to do, but my guys at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply do. DickensSupply.com. Specifically, Trey Hartsook knows what to do, and he's here right now. Trey, what's up?
Hey, bro, what's going on, man? Hey, such a good time. I'll tell you what's about to be right around the corner. We're going to be cutting grass. So what do we need? We need a machine that we can count on, whether it's new. You want to come in, get a brand new tour. I'm looking at one right now as we're doing this live ad. Super, super nice. Whether you got a small yard, big yard, 0.3 of an acre, 33 acres, doesn't matter. A lot of great brands as well, not just Toro. We got Wright Standard, we got Ferris, we got Walker, we got Wright. Great brands in the industry, Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, or Brent. Hey, I'll tell you what, maybe you got a lawnmower, you love it. You're like, hey, I really love this thing. I don't want to get rid of it, but need some service done to it. At Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, we can hook you up with new sales, warranty, all that stuff. Or if you need something worked on, we have the best technicians in the industry here working for us. So any of those things, stop in and see us. We'd love to talk to you about it. We're conveniently located in Auburn, Middle Tennessee. Got locations in Nashville, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Lamar, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can't get a hold of us, check us out online, DickensSupply.com.
3HL 1045 The Zone. As I mentioned, we didn't get a chance to kind of share our thoughts on the rebrand of the Titans, the new logos and uniforms and the event they had on Thursday at the Pinnacle because we were not on the air on Friday. But I thought they did an incredible job with everything, with the event and everything that went with it, former players, all that stuff.
Yeah, the rebrand?
What's that?
And the rebrand?
Mm-hmm.
The videos and stuff from
Kyle Brandt was great.
Oh yeah, that was he brought a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And
He
that's
always does.
That's him, man.
That's him, yeah.
And that's a
him.
national media person that is like bringing energy to the Titans, which I feel like you don't see a lot of.
Well,
so.
smart on their part too, because like he talks them up every once in a while. Like he loves
He
Big
actually
Jeff.
always has.
Mm-hmm. We've had.
I
him
mean,
on the show.
Derrick Henry, when Derrick was here, he was all about Derrick Henry.
The one logo I can't quite come around to is the TN logo.
The secondary one.
Yeah, I don't know where I am on that one. Everything else, I thought they did a good job of unveiling everything. The event looked awesome.
I think
they did an awesome job with that, with the symphony behind them and all of that.
I think
thought
part
it
of
was really
that,
cool.
part of the reason that secondary logo like feels weird is because it's like it's something that hasn't really been in any of like the former, like at least the new like primary logo has elements from the Fireball and yeah. That one is just so like new, like it's something that you haven't really seen with Titans branding before, so it kind of sticks out a little weird, but I'm sure it'll people will get used to it the more they see it.
I love it all.
You do?
Yep.
The TN thing I think is weird because the N is weird to me, but
why is the N weird to you?
I don't know.
I saw some people
words
saying
are my
like,
business, but I can't put words around where I am with it.
I saw
pull
some
it up.
people saying that it they couldn't tell if it was supposed to be NT or TN. I mean, obviously,
It
if you
looks more like an NT.
yeah,
to
that's
me.
what I think. That's what it is. If you put context clues together, yes, it's TN for Tennessee.
Of
but
course.
I mean,
Context clues.
I don't know.
the colors look phenomenal.
They're awesome.
The new Titans blue. That is the primary with the hint of red, which I'm glad they brought out more red.
Yes, I
in
love it.
this indication because it just pops so well with the blue. It looks so good.
I just love that combo. I love that combo. I see what you're saying about the TN. I can kind of see that. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the N, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what you could do
I see what
differently
you're
there,
saying.
but
Is it also the shape of the like football around it or something?
I cannot put words to it. I'll try to think.
I love the rebranded logo though.
Oh, I do
Because
too.
at first,
and the uniforms look
do you
cool.
remember it was leaked and everyone's like, oh, this is terrible. But I'm like, once you put them with the uniforms on the helmet, like it just works.
And that's right. The red pops with that. So what do you guys think? 615-737-1045. We haven't had a chance to, discuss this with you.
The problem with the leak, like I remember all like the kind of bad reaction it got from the leak. I think the problem was what it leaked on. It leaked on that like plush toy, and so it was like a stitched.
Right.
It was like a stitched version
was
on like
awful.
on a
Plush
toy.
It was a plush, cheap-looking football that it was leaked
and so
on.
it wasn't like a true representation of what the actual logo was. And so once you
Was
see
it
it,
Fanatics that leaked it?
yeah.
Those jerks.
And so once you see it,
if I were the Titans, I would be going after them.
They may be. Who knows?
well,
They weren't happy. None of us would be if we worked there.
The photos of the jerseys leaked before the event on Thursday.
Yeah.
On social
I heard
media.
that was drama. Or at least I saw that was drama.
Yeah, and so I'm sure someone in that building isn't happy that those got out.
What about the two-tone blue going away? I really don't have a problem with it. I'm not.
I think it kind of sucks because I say two-tone blue, like
yeah.
talking about them.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint,
I think
I kind of miss that.
I think for the younger generation of Titans fans, like my generation of Titans fans, where that's the only Titans you know.
Right.
Like you don't know them as the Tennessee Oilers or as the Houston Oilers. Like
Right.
I know them as the Tennessee Titans, the two-tone blue. So like the Navy and the light blue combination was like the only thing I associated with the Tennessee Titans. And so seeing that go away kind of feels weird.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see the Oilers colorway growing up. That's just not something that was around because they had rebranded to the Tennessee Titans.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to take some time getting used to it for at least the younger generation. But the colors
the
are...
color scheme and the logo is very new generation looking.
Yeah.
You know?
Burke Nighthill was on Ramon and Will on Friday morning, and I saw it, but I didn't have the audio turned up because I was doing other things. But Dean says Nashville, Tennessee, NT is also how Burke Nighthill said it can be viewed. Anyway, that's the only hiccup for me is that little logo, but I don't know.
And it's the secondary.
Secondary.
So,
yep.
And it's not on the main uniforms at all.
That is true. It is March and time for some bracket madness. Doing 104.5 The Zone and 3HL. That's us on Tuesday at Circus Sports Kentucky as we broadcast live. That's tomorrow ahead of the first games from 3 until 6. Circus Sports Kentucky is designed by players for players, inspired by years spent on both sides of the sportsbook counter. The Circus Sports Kentucky app brings their own wish list to life. Located in the heart of downtown Franklin, Kentucky at the Mint at Kentucky Downs, their sportsbook blends modern technology with traditional retail service with over 1,700 square feet of high-definition displays and ensuring both quick self-service and hands-on assistance. Learn more at circusports.com. We'll be there tomorrow from 3 until 6. And on Wednesday, we will be in Franklin at ML Rose, the new location there. So more on that in just a little bit.
Cover
we're
2
just
will,
partying.
615-737-1045.
found out today, Cover 2 will also be there.
Awesome.
Blaine and Zach.
Sounds good. Let's go to T-Mac in the Borough talking about the Titans uniforms. If you guys want in, 615-737-1045. T-Mac, what's up?
Man, listen, I hate those uniforms. Let
You
me tell
hate
you
them?
why.
Okay.
I hate them. Here's why.
Okay.
I like the uniforms, but I like them as the Oilers. These are not new uniforms. We wore these same uniforms 2 years ago when Will Levis threw for 4 touchdowns. These are not the same uniforms. Here's why I hate them. I hate what they signify. They signify the end of the Tennessee Titans. When Bud Adams moved the team here in 97 for 2 years, the fan base complained that the identity was from Houston. So in reaction, Bud Adams incorporated the navy blue color to give us some identity. 2 years ago, or a year ago, when Burke Nighthill got on the Titans website and called it Titans blue, basically what he was saying was he's getting rid of the navy, and then forever we're going to have that powder blue color. That fast forwards to when they drafted Cam Ward. Warren Moon got up on the podium and said he's comfortable with letting Cam Ward wear number 1 because the Titans would never acknowledge the Houston Oilers or the Oilers' history again. That's the reason why he was so comfortable to let Cam Ward wear number 1 because he was confident that the Titans would never wear Oilers uniforms again. Hence, why we have that design today. I don't like it. I don't like they getting rid of the navy blue because all of our success, whether it's us going to the Super Bowl, whether it's Vince Young and Chris Johnson in that 2018, whether it's the era of Mike Vrabel and Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown and Tannehill and that 2019 playoff run, we all did that in navy blue. They need to bring back that navy blue, and I don't care if I got to write Burke Nighthill an email or something like that. They need to bring that back. And, yes, I want them to acknowledge they had a system fine when they would have the Oilers week twice a year. They should have just left it like that. If they was going to give us new Titan uniforms, give us new Titan uniforms. But don't recycle Oiler uniforms just because you don't want to go back and acknowledge the history and them being the Oilers. And I hang up and leave.
Thank you, T-Mac. Appreciate it, man. T-Mac solidly against the uniform redesign.
I will say, I think there is a chance that
I get it.
It's fair. I understand.
I think there's a chance that they will
I'm good
have
with it, but-
Navy uniforms. So last year, Nike started the rivalry uniforms, and they picked the AFC East and the NFC West. This year, the AFC South is one of the two divisions getting the rivalry uniforms, which is a alternate separate of what they wear. I think there's a chance that Navy could get mixed into there, but I don't know that for sure. There's a chance.
All right. 615-737-1045.
Separates us from the Texans more.
That it
Their
separates
colors.
us for the Texans, or if
I think
separates
digs
us.
into the Texans because they're all
Listen,
mad.
Well, I see what
whether
you're saying, but
whether they go back to using Oilers colors or whatever, like independent of that, I think these uniforms are fire.
Yes.
I think they're phenomenal. That's me. The logo's way different. They're doing the TriStar. I never was a big fan of the flaming thumbtack, but
you always disliked it.
yeah, I mean, I didn't dislike it necessarily. I don't know. I wasn't in on that, but yeah, T-Mac getting a lot of response in the chat. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Trav says, "Get off my porch." Downtown, funky. Boo this collar. These jerseys are awesome.
Color is a loser. These colors are fire.
Unis are hot. Love them. Mustard Tiger says 25% of the league uses navy blue. 615-737-1045 is the number. Have you guys done your brackets yet? Have you done your brackets?
I have not.
I have one. I have an empty one in here that I was looking at, but I have not filled it
I
out.
typically don't do them until the first 4 games, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then do them like Thursday morning.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the bracket challenges, you don't need to pick the first 4.
Well, and first 4 teams win first-round games, too.
Yeah, unfortunately for Tennessee.
Tennessee gets SMU or Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio is 31-1. They have lost 1 game. It was their last one.
There's a storyline for whatever team they get. Miami, Ohio, obviously the 1-loss season, incredible run. For SMU, former Vol, BJ Edwards, starting guard on SMU. I'm not looking forward to either of those storylines being a thing before the game on Friday.
Congrats to, can we give a shout-out? Shout-outs presented by your mom and them.
Yeah.
Casey Alexander officially headed to Kansas State. Belmont will not play in the postseason because of that. I was kind of surprised by that. Can't you just name an interim and go play in the NIT? Were you guys surprised by that?
I think it sucks for your seniors.
Yeah.
You know,
Lund
especially
Blade.
Belmont. Like, I feel like they probably had a good chance to
do some things.
in the NIT. So that kind of stinks.
I would like to know how much the player voice got to go into that decision. Like how much the players got, if they got a vote on whether or not they were in it or not. Like if I knew that the players got a chance and they were like, okay, yeah, we don't want to do this without our coach. Okay, understandable. But if the university just made the decision without him, then I'm like, okay, what are we doing?
We've got some random notes about the NCAA tournament before you fill your brackets out. So like this one. All right. So Arizona won the national championship in 1997. You know how many teams have won the NCAA tournament since 1997 west of the state of Texas? 0.
None. Nada.
0. No team has won the national title since 1997 west of Texas, which is crazy. No double-digit seeds are favored in this tournament. We told you last week, watch out for that, because a lot of people fill out their bracket and they're like, 7/10, 8/9. Sometimes 6s are favored over 11s even, or vice versa, 11/6. But not this year. 2 9 seeds are favored over 8s. Iowa by 2 over Clemson. Utah State by 2 over Villanova. 615-737-1045. We have lots of.
So you going
little
chalk
nuggets. I mean, I think you have to.
Well, last year, remember last year, all 4 1 seeds made it to the Final Four?
They did. And last year, teams that were 8.5 favorites or more were 21-0. So no real upsets.
No crazy upsets.
Yeah. So if you're thinking chalk, you might need to think chalk. You might need to do it. Chalk means favored. 615-737-1045. When we come back, Dan Orlovsky with a social media post about what he thought about the Titans and what they might do at pick number 4. That's coming up. Stay tuned. 3HL 1045 The Zone. United Structural Systems is not just another repair company. They are your local foundation and waterproofing experts. They live here, they work here, and they understand exactly how Tennessee's soil, weather, and homes behave. Serving homeowners across Tennessee for more than 30 years, since 1994 to be exact, more than 30,000. Local homeowners have trusted USS. That experience means they've seen every type of problem that our homes face. Every crack or leak tells a story. USS knows what those signs mean. They pinpoint problems at the source: foundation settlement, basement water intrusion, crawl space, moisture issues, and more. No guesswork, just expert diagnosis from people who know Tennessee homes. Their repair solutions are engineered to stand up to our local conditions. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, transferable lifetime warranties, local service, long-term protection. You're not just getting repairs, you're getting peace of mind. Book your free home inspection at USSTN.com. That's USSTN.com. United Structural Systems, we are problem solvers. We are experienced. We are local. We are USSTN.com. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Slay Dog will be back tomorrow. Brackets are out. Who wins it all? You guys just going with one of the one seeds? Duke, Florida, Arizona, Michigan?
Duke.
Well, you're biased.
Out of the one seeds,
Duke.
I'd probably lean either Michigan or Duke.
Have y'all seen the East region? Like, have you taken a dive into that?
Yeah, Duke,
that's the hardest region.
Duke
and that's the one Duke is
Duke kind of
in.
got screwed on that one.
So you've got Duke is the overall one seed. They're the one seed in the East. UConn is 2. Michigan State is 3. Kansas is 4. And St. John's really got screwed with the 5 seed. They won the Big East tournament. They get the 5 seed. They could get Kansas in the second round.
Enjoy.
The East region has 31 combined national championships. How about that? Woo, Vandy got screwed too.
You still think Duke's going to win the whole thing?
Yes.
Son?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do not. I think I think their defense will let them down at some point. They're not great defensively. I don't know who wins it. I haven't gone there. Boozer's good. We all know that.
Yeah.
But they're dealing with some injuries, too. So we'll see. Plus, the East, as we just mentioned, is really, really tough.
Yeah, I'm confused on how Vandy didn't get the 4 seed. Because
no, that's one of the things that Joe Lenardi missed on. He had them as a 4 seed.
Weren't they teetering on the 4 seed before the SEC tournament, and then they go and pick up 3 quad 1 wins?
Yeah, he had them as a 5 going into the tournament. But, yeah, he had them as a 4. That's one that he missed. One of the few.
I mean, he didn't miss much.
And we'll go through that here in a second.
I mean, to talk about the Vandy part, the committee just basically said we don't give a what you do in the conference tournament there. Or we do when we pick and choose.
Yeah, they should have been a 4. They're a 5. They get McNeese. They get Nebraska in the second round probably. But then in the Sweet 16, they could get Florida again.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they ran them in the SEC tournament. But again,
but what are the chances that that'll happen again?
I know. Watching Florida live, I don't know how into that they were.
Yeah.
But, I mean, not to take anything away from Vandy. They played awesome in the SEC tournament. They really did. And the final score of that Arkansas game is not indicative of what that game was. That was such a back and forth,
that game
big shot after big shot game, yeah. But Calipari running down the sideline after the last 3 was pretty funny.
Man, he was feeling himself in his post-game presser, wasn't he?
He was. I'm going to get to Orlovsky's social media post here in a second about the Titans free agency and what they might do it for. But I want to share with you guys a letter from Kenny the mailman. I don't think he would mind me sharing this, but he sent a card to the show, and he wrote, "Brent, how are you, old friend? Guess what? I'm started my 38th year at the post office. Just wanted to take the time to thank you for something very special." Which this is a we thing, not a me thing at all. And Slay is the guy that orchestrated all of this. But Wednesday, March 4th, he said, "I tuned in to 3HL to hear some sports, but instead I heard one of the best sermons ever, underlined exclamation point. I wish my pastor could preach sermons as good as this one. I heard that day on a sports show." Of course, I'm talking about the Ronnie McMahon, Jerry Cook story. I'm so thankful that 104.5 was used to get Ronnie his lifeline. No amount of money is better than the gift Jeremy is giving Ronnie. He is giving him more time on earth. Please tell all involved it was hard to drive home that day with tears in my eyes. God bless, Kenny the mailman. I actually ran into Ronnie McMahon at the SEC tournament and was able to give him a hug. And you know what he told me? He said he was there with Jeremy.
Oh, I love that.
At the tournament. So, Ronnie McMahon needed a kidney transplant, came on 104.5 The Zone, told his story. Jeremy heard it and knew Ronnie in the past briefly, and went through the process of trying to figure out if he could be a donor. And God willing, he was. And so that's going to happen on April 28th, I think, is the day. So just incredible world out there. We get locked into reading some ridiculous things or seeing ridiculous things and experiencing ridiculous things. But God is in control. So testament to those two guys, and love them. 615-737-1045. Dan Orlovsky put this on social media. Really like what the Titans did in free agency. Then he wrote, Jeremiah Love at 4, ? Exclamation point. ? PFF has them trading up to 2 to take Jeremiah Love.
That's dumb. That's dumb. That's not happening.
Also, it's because the reasoning was because they were like, oh, the Cardinals could steal Love before the Titans get it, so the Titans need to get ahead of the Cardinals. Well, the problem is the Cardinals re-signed James Conner, signed Tyler Algier. They are not in the market to draft a running back top 5.
And even if they were, if they take Jeremiah Love at 2, God love them. Take him. You know, Titans can take somebody else at 4.
Trading up.
Plenty of good guys left at 4.
That's actually the good part of this for the Titans is they can kind of let the draft fall to them. And they're still going to have choices, right? Like, because Fernando Mendoza is going number 1. So really you have the 3rd pick.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not taking a quarterback. So at that point, you've got 3 edge rushers, a middle linebacker, and a running back. You've got 5 potential players you could take at 4, which is really 3. So you can kind of let it fall to you. 615-737-1045. Joey on the plains. Hey, Joey, what's up, man?
What's up, Baz? What's up, Mayor?
What's up?
I'm good. So hopefully I get to hear y'all tomorrow. But dude, you know, Mayor, like going back to the Vandy game yesterday against Arkansas.
Yeah.
They played so amazing against Florida. Like they were hitting everything, unlike the Friday night win against Tennessee where, AK missed some shots that he hit, that he normally hits, everything like that. But that Arkansas game, man, it's hard to win a game when you go 7 or 8 minute stretches in both halves and just don't put anything in the bucket. Because, Tyler Tanner was missing shots that he normally never misses, layups and stuff like that. And it was just like they played so uncharacteristic Sunday. I wasn't even really sure if I was watching my same Vanderbilt Commodores because, they were just so out of sync.
Well, to me, they had played such good defense in that tournament, and then that kind of left them against Arkansas. I don't know if it's the legs playing multiple games in a row or whatever it is, but the other part of that is Darius Acuff Jr. is really, really good at basketball. So there's that. 30 points, 11 assists.
Yeah.
The son of a gun, what was he from 3? He was 5 of 8 from 3. Arkansas was 15 of 24 from 3-point range. 15 of 24. You're not going to lose a game doing that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's like, against Florida with, who was it, Duke, that, he hit, 4 out of 5. That game almost was up to 30 himself.
I think he did have 30. Oh, he had 30 against Tennessee. He had 30 against Tennessee.
Yeah. Was it Tennessee or was it Florida?
He had 30 against Tennessee.
Okay, it was Tennessee. Yeah, because there was more distribution against Florida than there was the Tennessee because it was just TT and Duke during in that game, and then in the next game everybody stepped up like they normally play, more defense and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just, like I said, they could have won it if the defense was there, and if they just couldn't get anything to go, Sunday afternoon, and that's what it killed them.
Yeah, well, it's a great run though, and I know Vandy fans had a good time. They really showed up too, man. Yeah. They were loud on Sunday. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate having it.
615-737-1045 is the number. What a great environment, too. That building was packed on Sunday. And they were calling the Hogs in there.
That's your favorite.
You know how I feel about that.
I don't know who designed Bridgestone Arena, but it fits basketball so well.
Huh.
Like, it is very
Who did design
but
Bridgestone
it's
Arena?
a hockey venue.
Yeah.
It is a hockey venue, but it plays basketball so well. Like, it is so easy to watch the games in there.
The one thing about Bridgestone Arena that's kind of funny is that they forgot to put a press box in there.
Did they really?
Yeah, that's why it is where it is, up top, like in the rafters, on the outside. It's very bizarre. And then they have alternate seating, too, for the media in there. But, great environment. As we have discussed, 615-737-1045. is the number. SEC teams that are in the field, Florida, of course, a 1 seed. Vanderbilt, a 5. They play McNeese. Vanderbilt is an 11.5-point favorite. That is Thursday at 2:15 on True TV. 10 seed Texas A&M against 7 seed St. Mary's. 4 seed Arkansas against 13 Hawaii. 10 seed Missouri against 7 seed Miami. 8 seed Georgia against 9 seed St. Louis. 4 seed Alabama against 13 seed Hofstra. Tennessee's a 6 seed. They'll await the SMU Miami of Ohio winner. They play Wednesday at 8:15 on True TV. SMU a 6.5-point favorite in that game, despite having lost 5 of their last 6 and Miami being 31-1. Kentucky, a 7 seed against 10 seed Santa Clara. And props to TSU. They did get off that 16 line, and they will. They are a 15 seed. The Tigers get 2 seed Iowa State, which will not be easy. They are a 24.5-point underdog.
But
let's go, Noah
a
Smith.
team in Iowa State.
Shocked the world.
A team in Iowa State that has struggled the last couple of weeks.
Very good defensive team. But yes, 615-737-1045.
We're Tennessee fans on their bracket poll.
615-737-1045. Rick Barnes saying team doctors probably didn't really want Nate Ament to play that much in the SEC tournament.
That was bizarre.
What a weird thing to say. 615-737-1045, 3HL, Monday edition. We'll be right back.
Get on your health right now, guys and ladies. This is opportunities you've been waiting on. You need to head over to Synergix and Low T Center. Find out exactly what your levels are, your T levels, fellas and women. Hormone tests normally it's $2.99, but you can get on there right now for $99. Since it's the beginning of the year, you can jump on it. And the weight loss consultation, that right there, that's free. You can walk in or book an appointment at getmyhealthfix.com. And understand, just like you guys out there, fellas, T levels, once you hit the age of about 40, things start to kind of taper off a little bit. You need to be able to stay on top of those. You're feeling tired at times. You're feeling like your energy not where it's supposed to be. You can't get up and go. Can't last as long in whatever way you may be thinking. Well, they got an opportunity for you to get back and get right. Testosterone replacement therapy at Synergix and Low T Center. Get in there, and I promise you, you will satisfy yourself. You walk past that mirror, you're like, yes, that's me. You're feeling better. Feet hit the ground, you're ready to roll. All you got to do is go to Synergix and Low T Center.
Good afternoon, 402. Justin Milano live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs Studios. In NFL news today, the New York Jets sent quarterback Justin Fields to the Kansas City Chiefs in return for a 2027 sixth-round pick. Fields will be the backup in Kansas City as Patrick Mahomes continues to rehab from a torn ACL. Also, former Texans wide receiver Christian Kirk going to the 49ers. The NCAA tournament bracket is set. 3 teams from the state of Tennessee made the cut. Tennessee State landing in the 15th seed in the Midwest region. They'll face Iowa State on Friday at 1:50. Vandy lands the 5 seed in the South region. They'll face McNeese State on Thursday at 2:15. And Tennessee in the 6th seed of the Midwest region. And they will face the winner of Miami, Ohio and SMU on Friday at 3:25. That first game, Miami, Ohio and SMU will play in the first 4 on Wednesday night at 8:15. For all your foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three, 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It's cold out there. Cold out there. Man, the weather was great the last 2 days. Well, except for the storms last night. Hope y'all are okay.
I know. I was watching it from Orlando, making sure everybody was okay. That was nuts.
Don Davenport is here, y'all.
Hey. Let's go. Happy Monday.
The coffee man is here.
Wally.
He said he's going to give you a report
Yes.
of the first month of use at Cumulus Nashville.
Correct, because our first month wraps up, which, by the way, he's like here servicing it all the time.
Yeah.
Like having to add stuff or whatever.
We got a new coffee machine here, y'all.
We go through it.
We go through it. And I think we're like at a world record pace. So we're going to see.
Yeah. So it wraps up this week, our first month. And so he'll send a report to our girl, Tanya. So Tanya needs to let us know about our consumption.
Can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Zeph Dog is here.
What's up?
The executive producer of 3HO.
How's it going?
Canada just continues to lose things.
Yeah, the Paralympic hockey USA.
Paralympic?
Is that what I said?
Paralympic.
Paralympic. Why did I add an extra pun there?
I don't know.
Yes.
Sounded good to you, I guess.
Lost in the baseball to the World Baseball Classic USA team on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Men's hockey beat them. Women's hockey beat them.
Women's hockey beat them, yep. It's been a tough run for you people.
Not my people, but
615-737-1045 is the number. Mike Herndon put this out. Titans wide receiver room is fast. So if you missed it over the weekend, they restructured Calvin Ridley's deal. So he will be a Titan in 2026. And so now the speed, the 40 times of the Titans wide receivers, very, very quick. So Chim DK is 4.34 40. Okay. Calvin Ridley, 4.43 40.
Still.
Eric Eilmanner, 4.44 40. And Wan'Dale Robinson, 4.44 40. So 4 of their receivers are 4.44 or better.
Let's go.
Right? So
we've said it for years that the Titans are missing speed.
So Slay wrote this. We said it last week. Now it's on Cam. That's why you keep Ridley. If Cam is who he's supposed to be, got to elevate, which is true.
Is this the fastest wide receiver room y'all have seen the Tennessee Titans put together?
Mean, I can't think of a faster receiver room. She's thinking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going back to.
But while you were thinking, I was thinking. I don't know.
Kenny Britt, Kendall Wright. Kendall Wright was super fast.
Yeah, but he didn't have a lot of speed around. But that was Rashard Matthews. Was he in that room at the end of that?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Kenny Britt,
Like
man.
Nate Washington's
Kenny Britt should
wasn't
have been
speed.
Kenny Britt should have been a dog.
Should have been. Whatever happened to him after he was gone? I don't
Good
even
question.
know.
That dude was mercurial.
What?
He's hard to explain.
What is that word?
It's hard to
That
explain.
word is hard to explain. I've never even heard of it.
After the Titans in 2013, okay, no, Rashard Matthews is way after Kenny Britt, I think.
Kenny Britt was so much fun to be around. But at the same time, you're like, damn, man, you're paid to be a wide receiver in the NFL, not paid to be fun to be around. You know what I mean?
Who, Kenny?
Yeah, and you would watch him at
Dang,
practice.
he played 10 years?
Kenny Britt did?
2009 to 2017. So he's with the Titans from 2009 to 2013, with the Rams 2014 to 2016, and then split time
Patriots.
in 2017 with the Browns and Patriots.
Okay, 8 years. 9 years.
9 years.
9 years. I mean, it's close.
Yeah, she was close. She just counted that 1 year where he was on two different teams.
Huh.
You would watch that dude in training camp, and he looked like a Greek god out there running around.
You're talking about Kenny?
Kenny Britt. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, too, he had that season where preseason he was, like, unreal, and everybody was like, this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
And
We always thought that.
And it wasn't it. Although his quarterbacks were who? Actually, I think that was that the Kerry Collins?
That might have been Kerry Collins.
Yeah.
There was one time where he was working back his way back from injury, and we were out there doing shows for training camp, and he was on the notorious Field 3 that we can't really
That
talk
we
about.
weren't supposed to talk about.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
But he looked like Apollo Creed on the beach
Yeah.
running with Rocky. Because he had those like 1970s shorts that were pulled like they were really
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
And then he had the white socks that were pulled up to his knees. Were you out there when
Yeah.
he was doing it? And so he was running on field 3. They had a chain link fence, and the ball, I don't know who was throwing. Maybe it was Matt Thompson. I hate to put it on Matt, but somebody was throwing footballs to him. And it kind of got away from whoever was throwing the football to him. And he had to jump over the chain link fence to go catch the football, and he did it. And I'm like,
Why is he
Wow.
on field 3?
yeah.
His quarterbacks were Vince Young, Kerry Collins, a game of Rusty Smith, Matt Hasselbeck,
gosh.
Jake Locker, Ryan
Oh.
Fitzpatrick.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a list right there.
RT Blaze says, Blaze 5 says, y'all forgot about Khalif Raymond. He ran like a 4.34.
Oh, yeah. Teeny tiny Khalif.
Yeah, that's what Mickey Ryan used to
He
call
was
Yeah,
quick.
it's just they run a lot of. I mean, you had AJ, but he wasn't really a speed guy. He was more of a just big.
Mercurial
over the middle.
describe someone whose mood or behavior is changeable and unpredictable, or someone who is clever, lively, and quick. With a mercurial teacher, you never know where you stand.
Stop using big words like that.
It's
I
not,
don't need that.
not a big word.
Kendall Wright was fast. He ran like a 4.4. Oh, well, he ran a 4.4 at his pro day. He struggled at the combine. But so
He's the
I
one
don't
we
know,
were
maybe
talking
that
with.
was,
We were talking with him about the Baylor offense. He played at Baylor, right?
yeah. Yeah.
We were talking with him about the Baylor
He was
offense.
super on it. He struggled
Yeah, because it
in
was
the
hard to
NFL.
learn the playbook.
because he never had to.
It was colors.
He played
And-
for Art Briles.
Wow, he
And-
ran a 4.6 at the combine.
Yeah.
He was a
struggled
lot.
at
He
the
played a
combine.
lot faster than 4.6 for sure. It was a
No,
bad day for him.
like all of his 40s prior to the combine were like 4.
He just had a bad day.
Yeah, he had a bad day. Well, and then he could never learn an offense because he never had to in college, ever. I mean, it was fascinating to hear him. He was like, I just ran and got open. I was like, oh, okay. Great. Well, now you have to learn a playbook.
But they were the first team to kind of that Art Briles system. They kind of had the colors and the famous actors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so they didn't have a playbook. But I remember RG3 talking about that too.
Yeah.
He had to learn how to do the whole playbook thing.
That's crazy. That's kind of the sentiment around the Josh Heupel or the old Josh Heupel offense. Like when early Josh Heupel with Hendon Hooker and Jalen Hyatt, he hasn't really done anything since coming in because there's a stigma on Tennessee wide receivers now coming out of that type of offense, even though they completely changed it for this past year.
When do you guys do the bracket? Do you wait until after the first 4 games, Tuesday, Wednesday, where everything is already slotted and you have the tournament as it is? Because it's hard to fill it out until then, right? Because like Antonio just said on YouTube, I just finished my bracket, mostly chalk. But like SMU or Miami of Ohio could beat Tennessee. You know?
Either one. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I
like,
asked in the last break. Where are Vols fans with this team? I mean, right now, I feel like Tennessee fans are just kind of like, meh.
I don't know. I hate the draw.
Tennessee is schizophrenic like Kentucky. Remember I was talking about Kentucky being schizophrenic, which they are.
Yeah.
You just never know what you're going to get.
Because, and the thing with
they're
Tennessee,
not healthy, right?
Like they didn't play well for 30 minutes against Auburn. They didn't play well against Vanderbilt.
No.
But the last 10 minutes against Auburn, 31-11. And Nate Ament went nuts. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
The thing with Tennessee, their entire success depends on 2 players, Jacoby Gillespie and Nate Ament. And if one of those guys are off, I mean, it's going to be a bad day at the office. They've showed that all year long.
Well, and you don't get a second chance.
And you don't get
tourney.
you don't
Like,
get a second
it's-
chance in this one.
Well, I do have a stat for you when we come back. Don't fill out your bracket until you hear this stat, okay? Like, it's going to be most likely it's going to be one of these 10 teams, and you could probably narrow it down to like 6, but I saw a stat that will indicate that it's going to be one of these 10 teams. I'll tell you about it when we come back. 615-737-1045. We're all over the board talking NCAA tournament, talking about the Titans' speed at wide receiver, talking about the new rebrand logo and all those things. 615-737-1045.
Do you need to relax? Maybe you're coming off spring break. Maybe it's just that time of year and you're tired and you want to be pampered. Let me tell you where you need to go. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Yes, that's the place because you can choose from at least 10 different services all in the same place. Massages, manicures, pedicures, sunless tanning, waxing, skincare, facials, hair salon. You can get your hair cut, colored, done, your makeup done. They do absolutely everything. And maybe, you need to gift someone something. A gift card to a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs is the absolute best gift ever because there's something that somebody loves there. Everybody loves spa gifts. Gift cards available 24/7 on their website. That's amomentspeace.com, or you can always call 615-224-0770 if you have questions or special requests. Stop by for personal service in Cool Springs. They're right at the intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakers Bridge Avenue. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa.
Buddy Allen, flooranhome.com, built on tradition, designed for the way you live today. Buddy Allen, Floor and Home. Now through April 20th with approved credit, gets 0 interest for 18 months and up to $1,000 off. Buddy Allen doesn't just sell carpet. They make floor covering, kitchen, and bath projects simple from imagination to installation. From hardwood, carpet, tile, and more to stunning kitchen and bathroom remodels that fit your lifestyle and budget. Pick your cabinetry, countertops, plumbing fixtures, shower doors, bathtubs, hardware, lighting, and flooring all in one spot. Plus, their design experts walk through every step, measurements, materials, and professional installation, so there are no surprises, just beautiful results the Buddy Allen way. Buddy Allen will help you create spaces that you'll be proud to call home. Right now, enjoy special savings on your next kitchen, bath, and flooring project. Just visit Buddy Allen's showroom in Donaldson or schedule a free in-home shopping experience by visiting BuddyAllenFloorandHome.com. 2405 at Lebanon Pike in Donaldson. Their number 615-883-3289. Built on tradition, designed for the way you live today. Buddy Allen Floor and Home. BuddyAllenFloorandHome.com. 3HL 104.5, the Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Slade Dog will be back tomorrow. He's on the big ESPN of love. Is he on today? I think he's on today.
I think he's on today. I think
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're doing some more selection show stuff. So
some of the things we've been through today, it was in the 70s yesterday. It was snowing today. Actually, it was snowing a minute ago when we were on the Lanai. Kind of checking out the weather. Weather. Auburn is a 1 seed in the NIT tournament. They play South Alabama tomorrow night at 9. Did they get screwed? Congrats to Casey Alexander.
Yes.
He leaves
The answer is
Belmont
yes.
for Kansas State. Okay, just definitively yes. No double-digit seeds are favored in the first round as of yet.
How boring.
Yep. 4 number 1 seeds are Duke in the East, Florida in the South, Arizona in the West, Michigan in the Midwest. The East region toughest. Duke, the overall number 1 seed. UConn, a 2 seed. Michigan State, the 3 seed. Any of those 3 can win the national title. 4 is Kansas. 5 is St. John's. They're a 5 seed despite winning the Big East regular season and also the tournament. The East region has 31 combined national championships. The Titans wide receiver
Is that why
room.
it's the toughest?
I mean, Duke, UConn, Michigan State are all high up the list of favorites to win, and they're all in the same region.
No, but Duke's the number 1 overall seed.
Which is why I think they got screwed with UConn and Michigan State being in there. Also, Tennessee fans weighing in on the chat. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Please.
Brycer says Miami, Ohio is not good. They played no one. That is the argument against them.
Strength of schedule was like 320th in the country.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
They're 31-1, but yes. Those are things that are true.
That is legit.
They didn't even play a quad 1 game, Brycer says. He's all in on them.
Okay, well then SMU beats them, and you get SMU.
Who limped down the stretch. So,
But they got in.
Zeptalk has some Tennessee stats.
I would have
for
put
you.
Auburn in over SMU.
I know you would have.
I mean, I'm just pointing it out.
Karen says she has completed her bracket. Okay.
Good.
Karen Davis, shout out to my husband, John. It's his 74th birthday. Happy birthday, John. Shout outs presented by your mom and him. Travis says, come on, Babs. You've been talking about how trash Auburn has been for weeks.
Yeah, that's fair.
wow, he kind of got you on that one.
She has. That's definitely true.
Man, they suck. Can't believe they hired this new guy.
I think I said I wouldn't put them in.
and now
I'm
they're
pissed that they're
screwed.
not in.
Yeah.
Do you think how much of Bruce Pearl's gallivanting around the media circuit has to do with it?
100%.
Gallivanting.
100% it
he's
has
been
to do
doing.
with it.
Babs said not to
Gallivanting.
use words like that today.
I mean,
Gallivanting is much better than whatever the hell word you used. What was it?
Mercurial.
Thank you. Come on.
I mean, he
You can
should
be mercurial from time to time.
he should not have gone on. He should not have gone on and said, "Yes, I gave my son the job because of nepotism."
Yeah,
Yeah.
he should have left that.
He should have
part
left
out.
that part out.
Like, come on.
that
He did try to clarify it on the Dan Patrick show today.
too late. People already ran with
He
it.
said, I didn't get him the job, but certainly I tried to help him. He's my son. That's what he should have said initially.
He should have just not addressed it at all.
How about that? Just kept that one in-house.
Yeah, should have been like, "Yep, hope Auburn gets in. I'm rooting for him."
Also,
Leave it there.
Awful announcing, putting out an article saying, oh, well, Bruce Pearl's still getting paid by Auburn and he's on TV. Dude, what do you think all these coaches...
Nick Saban's still getting paid by Alabama.
Exactly, that go directly
He still has
to
an
TV.
office in Alabama.
Yeah.
Bruce said he's an
I'm like, come
ambassador
on.
for Auburn.
Well, I mean, listen.
Most schools have people like that.
All those coaches are, though.
Yeah.
Unless it was, like, ugly.
Old BP.
So, anyway.
All right, before you fill out your bracket, listen to this. Over 95% of NCAA tournament champions over the last 23 years have met this criteria, these 2 things, okay?
Okay.
Top 21 offense, top 44 defense, okay? So there are 10 teams in
Top
this.
21 offense and top 44 defense.
Yes, there are 10 teams in the field that meet those 2 things, okay? So one of these 10 teams, 95%, more than 95% chance to win, based on the last 23 years. if you believe in those things. All right? Duke, okay? Michigan, Arizona, Florida, all the 4 number 1 seeds. Houston is a sneaky little dangerous 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Who does Houston get?
I would not want them.
If all things play out, Houston would get Florida.
That'd be a fun game.
Little Elite 8 showdown there.
All right, Duke, Michigan, Zona,
Arizona,
Florida, Houston.
Iowa State, who's also a 2 seed. Illinois, Purdue,
2 seed.
Texas Tech, and the Vanderbilt Commodores.
Vandy.
Vanderbilt is on this list. Top 21 offense, top 44 defense.
Interesting. Such a weird number.
615-737-1045. Tennessee fans, if you're looking for things with regard to whether or not Tennessee has success, it's pretty clear given some of these numbers.
Yeah, it is very obvious. This one from Ryan Shumpert of Rocky Top Insider did the research and put this together.
Ryan does a great job, by the way.
He does.
He really does.
So let's start off the first stat.
And you're friends with him.
I am friends with him. I did get to see him this week, or last week. Good to see him.
Okay.
Nate Ament, when he scores 20 or more points, the team is 9-2.
Yeah.
7-1 in the SEC. They are 12-8, 4-6 in league play when he doesn't.
Okay.
So you need Ament to score 20 points. When they're 70% from the free throw line, they are 14-1, 8-0 in the SEC. When they don't, they're 8-10, 4-8 in the SEC. Got to hit your free throws.
So 70% at the free throw line, they're 11-1?
14-1.
Oh, 14-1 at 70% from the free throw line.
Undefeated in the league, undefeated in SEC play.
Yeah, so we're past that.
Yeah.
But under 70%, what are they again?
8-10.
8-10. Okay.
Losing record. When they score over 77 points in a game, they are 17-2. When they don't, they're 5-9.
Oh.
So there's a number that you're looking for, 77.
Back to that free throw line thing. I wonder if you dug deeper and found out in those games how active is Gillespie. Because, do you have the right people shooting free throws in those games? Does that make sense?
Yeah, do you remember when Jalen Carey missed 5 in a row against Vanderbilt?
That guy's going to miss free throws.
Yeah.
But, Gillespie's not. Ament's not. So how active are those guys in the games that they lose?
Like I said, their entire success rides on those two guys.
Yeah.
I
agree.
When Bishop Boswell has 14 points plus rebounds plus assists plus steals, they're 13-5. When he doesn't, they're 6-6.
Not a great SEC tournament for him.
Nope. When they have more points in the paint than their opponent, they are 20-6. When they don't, they're 2-5.
Yeah, their big thing is offensive rebounds and points off of that. Whether or not they get points
sometimes
because they're going to get them, but do they score off them?
Sometimes the second chance points compared to the amount of offensive rebounds they have, the math doesn't add up. They're missing a lot more shots than they should be. And that's a big thing that Slay talks about is, man, if you just make 90% of your layups, of your bunnies, you wouldn't have some of these awful losses. The last stat, and I think this one is the most telling. Jalen Carey, when he plays 15 or more minutes, they're 13-10. When he plays less than 15 minutes, 9-1.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. And Bob wanted me to read the list again. Over 95% of the NCAA tournament champions over the last 23 years met these two stats. Top 21 offense, top 44 defense. They are Duke, Michigan, Arizona, Florida, Houston, Iowa State, Illinois, Purdue, Texas Tech, and Vanderbilt. Those are the 10 in this field. 615-737-1045 is the number. Tennessee hits the NCAA tournament for the 8th consecutive year. It's funny, I'm old enough to remember when they never went to the tournament. Making a tournament was a huge deal. Dyron Nix and the Tennessee Vols went to a tournament with Don DeVoe as coach, and they had not made it in a while before that. But 8 straight years, this is crazy for a guy who's never won it. It's the 30th tournament for Rick Barnes as a head basketball coach.
Jeez.
Isn't this
30.
Isn't this the lowest seed he's had at Tennessee?
Is it?
I think I read that somewhere. The 6th seed is the lowest seed he's been while at Tennessee.
He ties Roy Williams for third most all time. Mike Krzyzewski, 36, leads everybody. Jim Boeheim, 35, is second. And then Rick Barnes and Roy Williams are tied for third.
What are the
30.
years, like number of years coaching? Is it, I mean.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Can you look that up real quick? I would like to know that.
Because I think because you could make the argument that Rick Barnes has done it with lesser recruiting and talent.
Rick Barnes has been a head coach since 1987 at George Mason.
So 39.
So let's do some math real quick.
Pretty good
how
success rate.
great we are at math around here.
39 years. Look at that.
Okay.
I mentioned
Who
Joe.
are the others?
What was the other coaches?
Roy Williams.
Yeah, Roy Williams tied with Rick Barnes' third most appearances at 30. Then Jimmy Boeheim from Syracuse at 35.
Roy Williams.
Krzyzewski,
48
36.
years. Roy Williams coached for 48 years. Wait, 33 as a head coach.
Yeah, because the other one was a high school. So.
Yep. 33 as a head coach.
So he went 30 of 33.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
What was the other?
Krzyzewski.
And Boeheim.
And Boeheim. You do Boeheim.
Remember Krzyzewski?
Although I don't know how to spell Krzyzewski.
Just put Coach K. You'll get there.
Krysewski.
Right.
Jim
Everybody
Boeheim
knows.
has been coaching since 1976 to 2023.
24, 47, 48 years.
47 years for Coach K. Don't you think you can make the argument that Coach K, Roy Williams, and Jim Boeheim had better talent than Rick Barnes?
Rick Barnes has had enough talent that he probably should have won one somewhere along the way. That Kevin Durant team.
I mean, that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
The problem with that
Like
team
the
is so
Williams,
young.
the Coach K, and the Boeheims have all won.
Isn't it pretty amazing to think about Rick Barnes, though, going to 30 tournaments and not winning one? That's how hard it is to win them.
Yeah.
What was Boeheim? How long did he coach?
48.
47.
48. You got to add one there.
Oh, because they go. I forgot basketball rolls over into multiple years. So yeah.
48. Wow.
Listening to us do math live on the radio is amazing.
Yes, it is.
I'm sure everyone's enjoying that.
We're so bad at it. I mean, people say it all the time. How do you guys not?
I only had to take one math
Figured
class
out.
in college. That's partly why.
I think
I did too. I think I did too. I'm with
partly
you.
why I
I
majored
think
in
it took a
communication.
like a intro to stats class. I think
mean,
that was it.
You don't need math.
Not anymore.
So, question: what's going to happen with Alabama with this arrest?
Well, if
Is he still good to play?
if-
It's a
let me-
felony.
if you
Let me-
go
let
on
me- let
NATO's
me read-
history, he'll play.
Hang on. Let me read this little
Okay,
story in case
sorry.
people haven't seen this.
I was going through my bracket, and so my questions were, okay, which Tennessee team shows up? And then Alabama right ahead of them, and I'm like, oh,
You know what's funny?
what is this going to look like?
Tennessee's a 6 seed. Alabama is what, a 5?
4 seed.
They're a 4. Alabama's 150 to 1 to win the national title. Tennessee is 75 to 1.
Really?
And Bama's a 4 seed. Tennessee's a 6 seed.
Was that after the news of Aiden Holloway?
No.
Oh, interesting.
You sound like a character in Clue. The butler. Wadsworth. Let me see. Let me pull this. Oh, men's tournament odds. Yeah. So Duke is the overall favorite at plus 325. Michigan right behind him at plus 350. Then Arizona and Florida, the 4 number 1 seeds are the favorites. Okay. Makes sense. Then you have 2 seeds. Then a 3 seed in Illinois before the other 2 seeds. So you've got Houston, Iowa State, then Illinois. Then 2 more 2 seeds, Purdue and UConn behind the 3 seed Illinois. Then you've got 3 seed Gonzaga, 3 seed Michigan State. You've got 4 seed Arkansas in front of 3 seed Virginia. I think Tennessee actually.
Well, because Arkansas played so well this week.
We haven't really talked about this. I think Tennessee kind of got a good little draw in those first two games. Not that Virginia's not good, they are. And they play defense and they frustrate you and all those things. But out of all the potential matchups as a 6 seed, the other 3 seeds are Gonzaga, Michigan State, and Illinois.
Yeah.
An Illinois team they lost to, and Michigan State and Gonzaga are who they are. They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Pretty good. 6 seed Louisville and 4 seed Nebraska, both at 100-1. So when I fill out my brackets, I look at all these things too. Doesn't help me. I never win, but
I don't look at any of those. Just go by feel.
I mean, you probably have Auburn advancing, even though they're not in the tournament.
Oh, they should be.
Yeah,
I would have had them advancing. They should have been that 11 seed where SMU is, and then they would have beat Tennessee. I mean, eventually you got to figure it out, right?
Go win the NIT. That'd be a good one. So Alabama's at 150-1. They're a 4 seed. They are behind 2 6 seeds, Tennessee and Louisville. Interesting. 615-737-1045 is the number. Joey Brackett, Joe Lenardi, man, on it.
Oh, did you read the story about Aiden Holloway?
I did not. You're right. See, this is how distracted we get.
I know. Read it.
Alabama star Aiden Holloway was arrested on a felony drug charge right before his team plays in the NCAA tournament. He was arrested after narcotics task force agents recovered, quote, more than a pound of marijuana, paraphernalia, and cash, end quote. Per Alabama law, the possession charge can carry a penalty of up to 10 years in jail.
Yikes.
He's the second leading scorer for Alabama at 16.8 points per game. Scored 18 against Ole Miss in the SEC tournament. Bama plays Hofstra on Friday.
So,
what do you think they do with him?
Well, you heard my little snarky comment. So did Thomas Allen in the chat. He
So
called
if
me.
you go
he called
by-
me out.
Nate Oates' history, he'll play.
Yeah, Nate Oates has a history of players getting arrested and then playing.
So felony, which means the amount of pot that he had.
Yeah, I don't know what a pound of pot is.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of pot.
I heard Blaine and Zach talking about it, and they read a tweet that said it's about a duffel bag's worth.
A duffel bag?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Well, and the only reason you're charged with a felony for the amount of
Is because you're
marijuana is because
distributing.
you're, yes.
Distribution.
Because they look at it as like you're selling it. So
Well,
that's
I mean,
not
innocent until proved guilty, right?
Sure. So, but here's my question: what are they without him?
That's what I'm saying. He's 17 a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Slay question. We'll talk to Slay about that tomorrow.
Somebody said, as a Bama fan, we might be cooked. Monkey Decox.
I think they could beat Hofstra without several people, maybe. But beyond that, who do they have after that?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
Oh, yeah, good luck.
They're not
And
beating them if
Texas
they don't
Texas
have
Tech's
him.
tough.
Well, yeah, they pay for roster.
Well, yeah, they got
Yeah.
that oil. They got that
They
oil
have that
money down
oil
there.
money.
Yeah, they found that billionaire oil dude. Remember? Like last year, we found out about that.
Yeah. They have like 20 of them.
Yeah, that's true.
All Texas Tech alums and fans.
How good was Joey?
Somebody said no one calls it pot anymore. Laugh out loud. Am I like the old woman that still calls it pot?
or the people that don't do it? Is it weed? Do we just call it weed now?
Oh, what do we call it then if we don't call it pot?
Also, I thought
Help me
I thought that they lightened the laws on that particular drug. Didn't
It's state dependent.
they? Oh.
Alabama, man.
So
If you want a pound of weed, don't go to Alabama.
The best
no, if you
way,
have a pound of weed, don't go to Alabama.
I guess.
the best way to explain it is a pound of marijuana is equivalent to 16 Chipotle burritos.
Oh my gosh.
Lord. I don't know, man. Those Chipotle burritos weigh a lot.
Okay, so
I mean,
Durkin
so
Lurk
clearly
said,
he was probably selling the pot.
So we're trying to learn some things here. Number one, we don't call it pot anymore.
Nope, it's
so what
weed.
do we do? My buddy of mine used to call it slow jams, which I thought was funny.
Somebody said weed, gas, ganga.
wow, this is an interesting conversation we're having here.
I'll go with weed.
Slay would be laughing so hard right now.
Okay, so Durkin Lurk says it's not a duffel bag. It's about a gallon Ziploc bag. I was just referring to what I heard on
yeah, duffel bag is a lot, dude.
That's what I was thinking when I heard it. So if a Ziploc bag makes a lot more sense for a pound.
All I know is it's enough weed that they think you're distributing it. So that's why it's a felony.
Green Goddess, gas. How good
Green
was
Goddess.
Joe Lenardi? Isn't that the dressing at like
Hold on,
steak
let me
places?
tell this
Green
story.
Goddess?
Can I tell this story real quick?
What story? You got a pot story?
No, no. I do not have a pot story, but I do have a. That just made me think of a pot story. No, but I do have when officers are Auburn/Alabama fans, I do have one of those stories. So I worked this was years ago because I haven't worked. The last Auburn game I worked was the Auburn-Tennessee game, and it wasn't that game. It was when Garantano.
Do this, Babs.
They won. You want to do it after the break?
I do.
Okay.
It was when Garantano won at Auburn.
Yeah, that was it. So it was before that. That's how long ago it was. But
Is this the weed story or the Auburn Alabama cop story?
This is the Auburn Alabama cop story.
That's coming
I'm
up.
not
Also,
telling the weed story.
Also, how well did Joe Lenardi do in his last bracketology? It's incredible. Got that for you if you want in.
Off the rails.
What do we call pot now? 615-737-1045.
This is a heck of a conversation here on 3HL today.
We are so dumb.
Yeah, leading right into Truck Month. Two Rivers Ford. I know John Parker's like shaking his head at me right now. But I will say this. Here's the beautiful thing about this month, Truck Month at Two Rivers Ford. It means zero money down, 0% financing, zero payments for 90 days. Only at Two Rivers Ford do you get zero surprises and zero pressure on top of it. So this is when I bought my truck 2 years ago during Truck Month because they have so many options, so many trucks to choose from. And obviously that whole zero money down, 0% financing, zero payments for 90 days. So Two Rivers Ford will take care of you because they do things differently. You know, they have non-commissioned salespeople. Their salespeople are just there to help you out. Doesn't matter. They get paid whether you buy a truck or not. So ask all the questions, take all the test drives. You can check out the Ford F-150. That's what I drive, and I am in love with it. The Super Duty, the Maverick, the Ranger, Truck Month, all about you. And Two Rivers Ford has one of the best inventories in the entire Southeast. There's Ford Truck Month, and then there's Two Rivers Ford Truck Month. So get to the South's most trusted Ford dealer for the best prices of the year on the best-selling truck in America. Local, honest, real. It's Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
eSpaces.com is your workspace holding you back. This March, it's time to level up with eSpaces, offering premium, flexible office and co-working solutions designed for the way that you actually work, whether you are a startup, a growing team, or a professional ready to ditch the kitchen table. eSpaces has the space, the amenities, and the community to help you thrive. And right now, eSpaces is offering 50% off your first 6 months. Call eSpaces today, 615-777-8567. That's 615-777-8567. Your best work starts here. Terms apply. eSpaces redefining co-working with exceptional offices for every business. Private offices, team suites, meeting rooms that are fully equipped, 24/7 access, flexible terms, beautiful professional spaces that are move-in ready. Whether you're scaling up or just getting started, eSpaces provides flexibility without compromise. Want to check them out? Tours available now. Reserve your space early. Visit eatspaces.com. 15 Middle Tennessee locations, one near you. eatspaces.com. Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport. Show off the rails. It took us to the 420 segment today. You think it was before then?
Yep. Sure do.
Okay. Here is how. No. I'll get to Joe Lenardi. We need your Auburn, Alabama cop story.
Bama is smoked without him.
TP. You like that?
That was good.
Is that the Auburn fan in you?
That is the Auburn fan of me. So, anyway, had worked an an Auburn football game. Drove, you fly in and out of Atlanta.
Was that the Tennessee win over Auburn?
It was not that game, but that was the last Auburn game I worked.
Okay.
Yeah. That was something.
And then JG does weekly hits on 3HL.
I know.
But you're never here for them.
I am never here for him. So
He's good. He's really good. Really good.
He's
really
really getting into like the quarterback breakdown, right?
Yeah. So for those that don't know, JG played at Tennessee and
Garantano.
He breaks down Tennessee offensive film like on YouTube. And it's fascinating. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
He does a really good job. And he did a great job with us.
He has maybe
JG.
he has a future in it.
Yeah.
Very fun. Anyway, so I was driving, finish up, leave the game, drive from there to Atlanta. Sometimes I have a heavy foot, right? Get pulled over.
I've never been to Auburn. It's in the middle of nowhere, right? But like
No.
Auburn?
I don't think
Don't ask me. I've never
middle
been.
of nowhere. I mean, it's
the loveliest village on the plains.
Take Interstate 85.
It's on the interstate. Okay.
It's off the interstate.
I don't make a habit of going down to.
It's not very far from Atlanta.
Well, you're missing out.
Am
You're
I?
missing out. It's
Not
the
very far from
loveliest-
Atlanta, right?
Correct. It's about like my parents live south of Atlanta, and it took me an hour 15 to get home.
Oh, okay.
So very easy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about. I mean, depending on traffic, it's
So it would take
less
me
than
like
2 hours.
It would
to get
take
there,
me like an hour 45, but it takes you like an hour 15.
probably. Anyway, so I get pulled over, speeding. I think it was like
How
it's
fast
like
were you going?
13 or 14 over. Like
Oh.
not bad.
That's not bad.
Like that shouldn't be a ticket, right?
Yeah.
Alabama State Troopers before I hit the Georgia line. And I was like, oh, I just worked the Auburn game, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, are you an Auburn fan? I was like, I actually am an alum. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, I'm an Alabama fan. And I was like, oh, haha. Straight wrote me a ticket, came back. Here you go. There was no conversation after that. Nothing.
I mean, you had a 50.
I mean,
That was-
just straight. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm an Alabama fan. I was like,
Actually,
oh, okay.
What percentage of people that live in Alabama are Alabama? If they're an Alabama or Auburn fan, what percentage are Alabama and what percentage are Auburn? It's nowhere near 50%. There are way more Alabama fans, right?
Way more Alabama fans.
Yeah.
But part of that is because Alabama's been so successful in football the last Saban years. And so,
The last Saban years.
yeah, so kids are born and they're going to be Alabama fans because that's the more successful team.
Yeah.
According to a survey done in 2020,
This is very scientific, I'm
This is-
sure.
I can't wait. It's got to be like 75-25.
it's a about 2-to-1 ratio of Alabama to Auburn.
I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, well, see, I am
not exactly,
about
it's
to
close.
get killed by Alabama fans. But see, Auburn.
I wasn't that far off.
Auburn
actually.
is the classier
Oh, Lord.
Alabama school.
Here we go.
You hear that, Zach Lyons? Auburn is the classier
Here comes
of
the Bama
the
fans.
two. So the classy people pick Auburn.
Bubba Dixon said Auburn
I
isn't
love y'all. Don't come at me.
Bubba Dixon said Auburn isn't a city; it's a really ambitious gas station.
Oh, stop. That is not true. It's the loveliest village on the plains.
But an interstate goes there.
Yeah, and don't speed on it. And definitely don't tell them which school you root for.
Yeah, that was probably not the move for you, not to lean into that.
Like the way that I was like, oh, I'm just trying to get to the airport, just work the game. He was like, the Auburn game. He's like, oh, yeah, Auburn. Like the way he kind of started it, I was
set
like,
you
oh,
up.
he's an Auburn fan.
He set you up.
Yeah. Nope. Here's your ticket. Here's your ticket. By the way, that ticket was expensive as you know what.
Huh.
Yeah.
13 over in Alabama.
Right.
I got one ticket.
Who gives tickets for 13 over? Like if it's
That guy
18
does.
over, I get it. 13 over, come on.
I think you're pretty safe under 10 over. But once you get to 10,
All
you're
bets are off.
Yeah, you're putting it in his hand. You know?
I mean, I'm probably pretty fortunate it was only 13.
I got one when I was 16, And I did get another one, but I got it taken off.
I got
So
one
I've had
coming
two,
from
technically.
Clemson, too. That one, though, was.
Did you do
That was
the
legit.
driving school to get it taken off?
So you've gotten
yeah.
2 tickets in your
I've
entire life?
I've got 2. I forgot about the other one. I actually I went to court. Because they were like, they'll take it off your record if you go to court. And so I went to court, and I was at UT at the time. I didn't tell my mom I came home that weekend. I stayed at my friend Ken Newton's house.
Oh, boy.
Real quick update on that Aiden Holloway. University of Alabama put out a statement. Aiden Holloway has been removed from campus.
Oh. Well,
He gone. I'm telling you, it's a felony. It'd be different if it wasn't a felony.
I think it'd be different here, too.
Well, it'd be way different in California or Colorado or
Anything out west.
anything out west where
Anything
it's
out
legal.
Multiple people are telling us a pound of weed you can put in a gallon Ziploc bag.
Yeah, not a duffel bag. That's a little bit of
A pound of
exaggeration.
pot,
Pound of pot, yeah. Pound of pot. P-O-T.
not a duffel bag. But, okay, I mean, a duffel bag, I can,
You could probably fit a couple of those into
I guess.
a duffel
I
bag.
guess.
But yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, a gallon bag is still,
Listen.
that's a lot of weed.
Back to the speeding thing. I know a lot of cops listen to the show, and we appreciate that because we get that message a lot of times when we're out and about, when cops are working security or whatever. But maybe they could weigh in. Like, what's a safe limit for us over the speed limit? Is it 10?
Tennessee Highway Patrol.
I think
call us, let
less
us know.
than 10, you're okay. But there are speed traps, like on 65 coming north, where you could go 440, and it goes from 65 to 55,
Like really
like
quick.
that. Yeah.
They'll sit there too.
So Auburn is a classier school in Alabama, huh? That's what we learned.
Yes.
615-737-1045.
Spot the lie.
I did not get to Joe Lenardi. Here's how Joe Lenardi did with his final bracketology. Ready? 68 for 68.
Well, that's pretty darn good.
At large teams, 37 for 37.
Again.
Exact seed for each team. 57 of 68. Exceptionally high. Exact seed. One of those that he got wrong was Vanderbilt. He had him as a 4. Seeds within plus or minus 1, 67 of 68. Joey Brackets, that's why they call him that. 615-737-1045.
What is happening? Good people, BrentwoodJewelry.com is where you need to head to. Why? Because it's exceptional style, and the deals are exceptional, and it's been every single day for over 50 years, so why would you not? Go in there physically at 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, right there off of Franklin Road. It's right down the little hill. As soon as you go down the little hill, bust that quick left. It's right there. It's the Brown Building. Settle over there in the little cubby hole. But guess what? Oh, they got some big gems in there. I'm telling you, you want to go in there and just browse. Check it out. Tell them we sent you and watch the love you get. Even if you don't tell them we sent you, just go in there knowing we sent you and you're going to get love. Engagement rings, bracelets, watches, whatever it is. And when it comes to watches, remember they are the premier timepiece dealer right here in Nashville. And not only do they have the best selections, but they got the pre-owned Rolexes, vintage, or current models. So hurry up. Go in there. Matter of fact, pick up your handheld device and go to BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Good evening. It's 5:04. Just been on live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs Studios. NFL news today. The Jets sending quarterback Justin Fields to the Kansas City Chiefs in return for a 2027 sixth-round pick. Also, Christian Kirk, former Texans and Jaguars wide receiver, is headed to the 49ers. And, he's going to join Mike Evans in that wide receiver core. NCAA tournament bracket set. 3 teams from the state of Tennessee made the cut. Tennessee State lands a 15 seed in the Midwest. They'll face Iowa State Friday at 1:50. Vandy lands the 5 seed in the South region. They'll face McNeese State on Thursday at 2:15. Tennessee with the 6 seed in the Midwest region. They will face the winner of Miami, Ohio, and SMU on Friday at 3:25. The Miami, Ohio, and SMU game will play the first 4 on Wednesday night at 8:15. For your foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home of the Titans and Balls. This 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone, Bracket Monday. St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow. You guys celebrating? Do you make it a point to wear green?
Yeah, I don't want to get pinched.
Do people still do that?
I'm sure some people do, and I really don't want to get pinched by anybody.
Could be a workplace issue. Go around pinching people these days. Babs, you wearing green tomorrow?
Yep.
We also won't be in the workplace tomorrow.
I'm rocking it. I even bought some new
Earrings?
St. Patrick's Day earrings.
Oh, I think you're talking about your headphones. Your teal headphones.
Oh,
She
I
did
do
buy
have
Would those
those.
consider green?
Nope.
No, dude.
That is
No,
teal. That
too
is
teal?
not
Okay.
green.
But Zeph Dog is right. We are broadcasting live tomorrow from Circus Sports Kentucky in advance of the first games. The NCAA tournament actually starts legitimately tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow, 2 games Wednesday. We call them playing games. They call them the first 4. But those teams usually win tournament games. Not just that game, like the next round, like the first round. Am I being clear?
Yes. We know what you're saying, Mayor.
Lots of people are
We
like,
speak mayorish
yeah, 9, you're fine, 10, you're mine.
as far as speeding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But we'll be at the Mint at Kentucky Downs, Circus Sports Kentucky, tomorrow from 3 until 6. And then on Wednesday, we'll be at ML Rose in Franklin. You can enjoy Miller Mayhem bucket deals, 5 High Life ponies for $15, 5 Miller Lite bottles for $20, which is 5 for the price of 4, and $6 shoot your shot. Speaking of shoot your shot, have you seen Taylor Hicks on social media trying to hook up with Kelly Clarkson?
Taylor Hicks, the American Idol dude?
Who I
The
saw
one who
one
had
day.
gray hair at like 20?
Yeah, I saw him one day walking down the hall in here. Apparently, he's shooting his shot. That's what they're all saying. He's shooting his shot with Kelly Clarkson.
Don't forget, cover 2 is also at ML Rose on Wednesday. I know
Oh,
it's,
good.
I know it's
Thank
not
you,
on the
Jeff.
sheet, but that's because someone messed up.
But not you, because you're saying it.
Yeah,
He's got to point out when someone else messes up.
I'm actually the one
Come
that
on,
caught.
Seth.
I'm actually the one that caught the error.
Well, look at you.
Oh, okay. So
Look
don't
at
break
you.
your arm patting yourself on the back.
Yeah.
I will, because I typically am the one making the error, so I need to make sure I congratulate myself when I'm not on that side of the ball.
I mean, that is not true.
615
You do a great
737
job, Zeph.
1045. Babs told a story about getting a ticket. She was 13 over. She thought she was fine.
Yeah. Who gives a ticket for 13 over?
I think 13's high.
You know who does? An Alabama fan. That's who.
I'm telling you, you shouldn't even play that card. It was too risky.
Too risky. I know. I learned my lesson.
So we asked the question, like, what's an acceptable speed to go past a cop or state trooper? And a lot of y'all are saying 9, you're fine, 10, you're mine.
I
So,
did not
You ever-
abide
you
by
ever
which is what I said.
You ever pass a cop on the interstate and then immediately look at your speed and like, I don't know if I slowed down or what? Like you could feel yourself slowing down. You're like, I don't know what I passed them at.
A cop once told me that they can see when you put your brakes on because the back of your car lifts up.
Well, yeah, and your brake lights come on.
Well, you do it before you go past, and then you let off. So they don't see the brake. That's a hell of a topic today. Sergeant Major, Thompson Station. Sergeant Major, what's up? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys? So, you guys mentioned Alabama, and I was just down in Alabama weekend before last for the 61st anniversary of the Bloody Sunday. But on the way down there, I own a beautiful 2022 Ram TRX. It's a very nice truck. So one thing about that truck is it drinks a lot. It drinks a lot of gas, and you got to stop at a bunch of gas stations. Well, I stopped at this one gas station right outside of Birmingham, and get out, and a couple pulls up in a Ford truck. And the guy said, "Man, that's a beautiful truck, man. This is a wonderful truck. That's wonderful." My wife, my sister, and when he said that, all I could think about was Roll Tide. So as he did get ready to put off his wife saying, "Roll Tide, baby, Roll Tide." And I was like, oh, my God. Alabama strikes again.
Oh.
Good one.
War Eagle.
Thank you,
I like
Sergeant
it.
Major. Appreciate it.
That's what I'm talking about.
615-737-1045. North Carolina
Has this turned into Alabama Hate Day? I'm all in.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
We need the Alabama guys to call in and contribute. This is turning into Trash Talk Monday, but it's really one-sided at this point. North Carolina is a 6 seed. They'll play VCU on Thursday. They are 5-3 without All-America forward Caleb Williams, and they've lost 2 games in a row. I'm hitting all of these nuggets for you today, Dawn.
I like it.
Here's another one to consider when you're doing your bracket. UConn has covered 14 consecutive NCAA tournament games.
Ooh.
Dan Hurley is 17-3 against the spread in the NCAA tournament. Since seeding began in 1978, every NCAA champion won at least one conference tournament game. Okay?
Oh, good. Tennessee's still in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida is not then.
Oh, that's right. No, wait, no, Florida won. They beat Kentucky.
Oh, they beat Kentucky. That's right. I forgot about that one. Since seeding began in 1978, every NCAA champion has won at least one conference tournament game. So, theoretically, that would eliminate the following teams. You already filled out your bracket.
I did.
North Carolina, Miami of Ohio,
Yeah, they stink.
Villanova, Michigan State, Nebraska, who's a 4 seed, Illinois,
3 seed.
Texas Tech, St. Mary's.
Okay, because Texas Tech, I have going pretty far.
Dude, you just didn't fill out a bracket. That looks like a Sharpie. Oh, okay, blue pen. There's one more team, Alabama.
Oh, yeah, we knew they were.
Alabama is completely off the board now, though. Without him?
I think they beat Hofstra. Who did we say they have in the second round?
Texas Tech.
Oh, yeah. Who's also on this list?
A name or a school that you just listed, Nebraska, they have never won an NCAA tournament game.
In basketball?
In basketball.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
Who? Nebraska? Oh, man.
And they're a 4 seed going up against Troy.
So, fun fact, their coach, Fred Hoiberg,
Yeah.
his nickname is the mayor.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I heard them say that on the selection show yesterday, and I was like, wow, okay, I know who I'm not picking in my bracket.
What? They're a 4 seed?
No, not to not make it out of the first round, but to win. Like, I'm not having them go far.
They get Vandy in the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably pick Vandy.
Vandy's going to the Sweet 16, and they'll probably have to play Florida again.
Got them once.
Oh, they annihilated them. And
Got them once.
I don't think that's a good matchup for Vanderbilt either, but, man, it was that day. They look great. Favorites of 8 points or more last year in the NCAA tournament, 21-0. So if you see first round favorites of 8 or more, definitely go ahead and put them in. Those teams are Nebraska, Wisconsin, Duke, Vanderbilt, Michigan State, Arkansas, Illinois, Gonzaga, Houston, Arizona, Virginia, Iowa State, Alabama, St. John's, Purdue, Kansas, and UConn. So there are a lot of them. A lot of big spread games. 615-737-1045. Vandy Chris, next up in Columbia. Vandy Chris, what's up, man?
Oh, man, I'm so glad to hear about this arrest at Alabama because I want to sound off about the seedings of both the men and the women today. So, number one, I'm going to start with the women because it's a harder argument, right?
Okay.
So, Vanderbilt was one of the 5 teams that was in discussion for a number 1 seed. One of 5. I get why they put Texas and South Carolina ahead of them. I get all that. But to move them from that discussion down to a 2 seed to face the number 1 overall seed to get to the Final Four, that means they're 8th overall. Who did that and why? Isn't that a little bit disrespectful to place them in that bracket?
I noticed the same thing. And the other part is the men's side. I know you're going to get to. But, yeah, Vanderbilt, for those that don't know, Vanderbilt, if they go to the Elite 8, they get 1 seed UConn.
That just blows my mind. And on the men's side,
but wouldn't that be a great storyline, though, with Shea Ralph going against Gino?
Oh, that would be great to see that.
Yeah.
And to settle this debate about Michaela Blakes versus Sarah Strong, which my opinion is Sarah Strong don't face the elite competition that Michaela Blakes faces night in and night out. That's where I settled that at. But on this men's side, Vanderbilt beats Alabama.
Yeah, Lenardi had them as a 4 seed. They end up a 5.
Yeah, ended up as a 5. But how does Alabama, who lost to Vanderbilt, without Vanderbilt having one of their starters, Duke Miles was out for that game, so Alabama can cry about Phylon not playing the second half all they want. I don't care. We were missing a starter. But we beat them. We have a better record. We finished ahead of them in the conference. Who in that committee put Alabama at a 4, and then Vanderbilt at a 5? That does not make any sense. I'm going to hang up and let y'all talk about it because I don't know what to say about all that.
Thank you, Vandy Chris, for sharing, man.
No, I agree with him, especially their performance in the SEC tournament, too.
Yeah, and you know, that's a question that's asked a lot is how much do they weigh in conference tournaments?
Right. Well, and the problem is sometimes they really do, and sometimes they ignore it.
Right. It's kind of flippant.
Let us pick. I mean, it's the same thing with the college football playoff, right?
Yeah.
It's the problem with having a committee that it's completely opinion based on how they select the teams.
I mean, not completely.
And not completely, but it's there is opinion involved in it. And so.
But there has to be.
Yeah, there's just too many teams to.
I mean, unless you want to go back to, you know, if you liken it to football and you do BCS, you know, standings and everything is done by a computer.
It's hard to do it
and we
like
know
how.
You can't do that.
It's hard to do it how like pro teams do, or how pro sports do it, where it's mathematically like because
there's too many teams.
There's way too many teams.
And they don't play each other. And they don't have often like lots of common opponents with certain people. It's just, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, they get the 5 seed, but they
expanded the field, so.
But I mean, I love that, you know, 5-12 is a popular upset matchup, but I love Vanderbilt against McNeese, right? And then second round, potentially against Nebraska, who's really good. They just have, as Zev pointed out, no tournament experience. So Vanderbilt definitely could get to the Sweet 16, which is what I envision. But if they do, they get 1 seed Florida. Probably.
They've already handled.
I have them in the
They lost to Florida at home, though. So
Elite 8.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have them winning that game.
I do.
Huh.
Against Florida.
And then playing Houston?
Mm-hmm.
And Houston going to the Final Four?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 615-737-1045. Zach is in Bellevue. Zach, what's up?
Oh, nothing much, guys. Y'all doing all right?
Yes, sir.
I feel like it's coming.
So, this is one of your alma maters. Charles Barkley said years ago that the toothbrush actually originated in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And the reasoning behind the vernacular is not teeth brush, it's nothing like that, is Because the women in Tuscaloosa, they only have one tooth, so thus it's a toothbrush. I'll hang up and listen. Appreciate y'all, guys.
This has turned
How did this happen today?
This has turned into a little Roll Tide hate.
This is amazing.
Hate day. I mean, it's Trash Talk Friday on a Monday.
615-737-1045. Hey, Zeph, did we take the 13 break?
No.
Okay, maybe we should. It's 5:20. We'll
Chris
be right
Low's
back.
coming up next.
Chris Lowe next on 3HL.
Want to tell you about my friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. I know you guys hear me talk about them all the time. That's because they're the best. And as a customer of Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, I would love to recommend them to you. But don't just listen to me. Go check out their Google reviews. 4.9 rating. And that's with a ton of reviews. And people talk about how they are different from their competitors. They talk about the quality of the product, craftsmanship, the process of installation, customer service, all of those things. Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, manufactured here in the U.S. They've got the staff in place to support you, the customer. They back up everything with warranty, lifetime warranty on the products, 10-year labor warranty from Pella, which is leading in the industry. And they let me give you a good deal every single month. So for the month of March, you got half a month more to get in on this March Dawn deal. 55% off Pella certified labor and 0% APR for 24 months, plus an additional 5% off of materials. Schedule your free consultation. It's easy to do. Check out the Dawn deal. Just tell them you heard about it from Dawn and they'll give you the Dawn deal. You can do it all online. PellaNashville.com.
What's happening, good people? Big Slay coming to you with MedicalHouseCalls.com. Big salute to my guy Chuck McDowell holding it down over there. Healthcare designed for your life 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. 615-838-2375 is the number that you will call or text. And they're going to answer either one of them. You can call or text Medical House Calls, and their teams will assess exactly what you need within minutes. You can book your visit after a quick chat, and they'll schedule it. Medical providers will be at your door to deliver care back ASAP, people. I've been through this. Understand that when you get that little sick feeling, that tired feeling, feeling like you just need a little burst of energy, they got it for you. They get you on your way. That's why they got the mobile IV therapy. I've done this 2 or 3 times. Probably going to do it again this week because it's a heavy week right here. So when you're feeling fatigue, persistent illness, or injury, get the athletic recovery, immune boosting blends, rapid rehydration, energy boost, whatever it is, go straight to your bloodstream. You don't have to miss work. They got urgent care, all of this. You're just one call away, man. MedicalHouseCalls.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Slay Dog will be back tomorrow. You can watch the show live on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Slay is on the big ESPN tonight. Check him out there. 10 SEC teams in the field: Florida, Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, Arkansas, Missouri, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky. Chris Lowe joins us from on3.com. Low Dog, what's up?
I've just had to hustle back from the grocery store and buying bread and milk after it started snowing. So
we had a few flakes down here. You guys getting like a foot of snow or something?
They're calling for it now. It's obviously I'm being facetious, but no, we got some snow. It's always funny in this part of the world when you get snow in March. People, they see it, they start freaking out. Of course, I think they start freaking out anytime there's snow around anywhere remotely in the South.
Was it 93? I was at Tennessee. I think it was 93. The blizzard in Knoxville when Tennessee lost to Kentucky by 70.
See it, 61. And our
61.
Our dear departed friend David Clymer, who was a columnist at the Tennessean for years and one of the best in the business, he dubbed that the Roger Maris game. And I remember reading that column. It wasn't the headline. He's the one that came up with it. That will forever be known as the Roger Maris game. And I think back, you're right. It was 93. And remember, everybody got stuck in Lexington because it was a foot of snow.
Yeah.
And I think
also,
Tennessee had
problem.
to stay
SEC tournament in Lexington. Problem.
Yeah. and they had to stay a day or two extra because they couldn't get home after getting drubbed by 61. I still, to this day, 61 points. How do you get beat by 61 points?
Well, and that was Allen Houston's last game too, right? And I think it was the only game he didn't go double figures, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was I was there for that one. That was a
61.
I remember, speaking of dropping Tennessean references, the great Larry Woody used to always say when someone would get clobbered like that, he'd always say, I won't say the word. He'd say, is blank kicking hyphenated or two words?
Well, I know you were you drove down from Knoxville for the SEC tournament. What was your big takeaway from that event?
Well, I'll say what was right at the top for me is that Vandy is going to be a problem for somebody in the NCAA. And I don't want to get on my rant because I do this every year, but, and Calipari talked about it, but how in the hell does Vandy play like that and beat Florida the way that? I think it was a 20-point game.
Yeah.
For a lot of that game. And then, obviously they lost to Arkansas. You can make the same point on Arkansas's behalf. And those two teams don't really get any mileage out of it at all. And listen, I love the tournament. I love the day-to-day competition and being there, and you see all those teams at one venue. But I'm more convinced, and I get more convinced every year, that the conference tournaments don't mean a blessed thing when you get to Saturday and Sunday, when they start filling out those brackets. And I've talked to committee members who say, no, Chris, you're wrong. They do. I don't buy it at all. They're a better team, and we're playing better. I mean, they beat Tennessee twice in a week. And then just took Florida apart. Florida hadn't lost in 12 games, and number one seed, and they're a 5 seed. So that's the number. But hey, this is I'm bearing the lead here. I'll tell you what my main takeaway is coming out of Nashville is let's give some props to Candace Story-Lee, who has hired better than Candace over the last several years. I mean, look what she's done. She brings in Clark Lee, who has totally resurrected that football program. They won 10 games last year. She brought in Shea Ralph, the Commodores women's team, and a top 10 team, solidly a top 10 team. She hires Mark Byington, who in 2 years wins 20 games after that program was in the tank. They win as many games this year as Vandy's won in, 15 years. She's done an incredible job of hiring people, and good, not just coaches, but good people.
And
do it right.
Props to the Vandy fan base, too, because that game on Sunday, they were loud, and there were a ton of Vanderbilt fans in that building. And I say that because we've all been to Arkansas SEC tournament games that are deep into the tournament, and Arkansas fans show up. I mean, Kentucky's a clear number one on that, but Arkansas might be number 2. And for Vanderbilt to fill as much of that building as they did on Sunday was very impressive.
And I thought they showed up too the two previous games against both Tennessee and Florida. And I know the knock, the rub's always been, well, it's right there in Nashville. Vandy, should have fans there, and they typically don't. If it's Arkansas, if it's Kentucky, or even Tennessee. I love the Tennessee game. Listen, Vandy won and took control of that game in the last, 3, 4, 5 minutes. But I thought if you would have just dropped somebody in from Mars into that game, I thought the Vandy contingent was as loud, or if not louder, than Tennessee for much of that game.
Chris Lowe with us from on3.com. So 10 SEC teams get in. There was speculation that maybe Auburn didn't get in because Bruce Pearl said some things that he said. Do you think there's truth to that?
No, I don't. I mean, I think it never comes back to one game, but I think had they beaten Tennessee, they might have slid in. I don't remember. Did they say who was the first 2 or 3 out?
I haven't looked at that. I'll do that while we talk. But yeah, for 30 minutes they were handling Tennessee.
Yeah, they were the better team for certainly the first half and on into the few minutes of the second half. But I didn't think they would get in after they lost that one. They had a chance had they beaten Tennessee, but they just lost too many games. And Steven's right. I mean, listen, people get on to Steven about, and even his dad, for lobbying for Auburn. Everybody at some point when they think they're on their bubble are going to lobby to some degree. I get the quote-unquote conflict of interest. Bruce works for CBS, but you know what? Saban works for ESPN, Jay Wright. There's a lot of that if you look across sports. And now, is Bruce more outspoken about it? Is he more outspoken about everything? Yeah, and I think that rubs people wrong. But I get coaches lobbying for their team. But no, I didn't think they were going to get in. Nor at the end of the day, with the way they played, how much they struggled down the stretch, that they should have gotten in. And I would have really been upset had they gotten in over Miami of Ohio. I mean, to me, if you don't put Miami of Ohio in, then you just stop it. Just end the tournament the way it is and create one that has the top 40 teams, and it's got to be all the big boys, and then create, a mid-major tournament. Because to win 30-some games in a row and then get beat in your conference tournament, I understand they didn't play anybody as far as, the big boys of the world, but just say we're going to have one tournament for the quote-unquote blue bloods or the bigger schools, then we're going to have another tournament for the mid-majors. And you guys know, I mean, what's the magic of the NCAA tournament? Is the 12 beating the 5? Is the 13 beating the 4? Those first-round those first-round upsets, second-round upsets that make it so much fun on the Thursday and Friday to start the tourney.
Yeah. So Oklahoma was the first team out. Auburn was the second team out.
So, I mean, I think Auburn wins against Tennessee. And the crazy thing is I do think Miami of Ohio was the last at-large team.
They were, but Keith Gill said that they were in over NC State, Texas, and SMU, but they are ranked as the 44th overall at-large.
Yeah. So, again, just one game, had that one game meant the difference for Stephen and Auburn, maybe. It would have certainly could have gone either way. But I thought after they lost, Brent, to answer your question, and no, they were not going to get in.
So Florida's a 1 seed. Outside of that, who do you think from the SEC has the best chance to make a run? You mentioned Vanderbilt. Yeah,
I think Vandy would be right up there. I think Arkansas to me, guard play, when you've got guys out front on the perimeter that can score, and you've got several of them. You look at the tournament over the years, man, it really becomes a guards type of tournament. Now you can't be deficient inside. But when you've got 2 or 3 guys who can create points and can make 3-pointers, can get to the basket, and you look at Vandy. I mean, the Miles is healthy now, clearly.
30 against the Vols.
Yeah, the Miles Tanner that combo is electric. Acuff for Arkansas is incredible, but it's not just him. They have other guys that have played well. I think balance when you can bring guys off the bench. They can score. So I think Arkansas and Vandy would be 2 teams that, will make a run. And I think will be tough outs in the tourney. Tennessee to me right now is just so limited on the perimeter. And I think of all his teams, all Rick's teams in the last few years, going into the tournament. I would say that I think they're going to lose early, but I don't feel nearly as good about this team making a run as I have his last few.
I think Tennessee fans are right there with you. Like, cause
it's not because
they haven't been loud at all about.
Yeah, they just seem to be limited, and I think when you limited as far as who can score, right, on the perimeter, and then when you couple that with the fact I don't know how healthy Nate Amon is. I was in the locker room after the Vandy game. He was hobbling around pretty good. And I give that kid credit. He's getting ready to be a multi-millionaire and be a lottery pick. But he wanted to play. I mean, it was important for him to play in that tournament. And I think he played, quite honestly, and Rick alluded to this, I think he played more than the medical staff expected him or even wanted him to play in that tournament, especially playing on a back-to-back days. He just didn't have the explosion. He didn't have the legs. It was very clear. And Vandy did a great job of making him take tough shots, and they were in his grill, the entire game. So having a week off, I think, will help him. But to me, if Tennessee's going to make a run, he has got to be healthy and be a guy that can give them 17, 18, 19, 20 points a game. If he can't, there's just too much on Jacoby Gillespie's shoulders, I think, for Tennessee to make a deep run.
Chris Lowe with us from on3.com at CeeLoFB on X.
So news coming out from Alabama, not good news. Aiden Holloway and saw an update somewhere that he was kicked off campus as well. But we're talking about felony charges. We had a conversation earlier. I called it pot. Apparently, only old people call it pot. So.
You're old, Don. So
I guess so. So I guess we call it weed now.
Or 7,000 other things that people threw at us.
Ganja was one. Saw that one. Devils.
Back in the 70s and 80s, it was reefer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Guys calling it reefer. Somebody had some reefer. They smelled reefer. But yeah, that's old school. That's really old school.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So what do you know?
They caught him with a pound of weed, paraphernalia, and cash. And per Alabama law, the possession charge can carry a penalty of up to 10 years in jail.
Yeesh.
Yeah, that's a lot of weed or ganja or chronic's the other word.
Chronic.
Back in the day, they call it chronic. I think that's what the poundage or the mass of it's what got him, and that's with cash and weed. That amount of weed is probably what's going to get him. So I don't. Listen, if they've put him off campus at the university, that's not an athletic department decision. That's a university decision.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to see unless there's something we don't know about the kid playing in the tournament.
How does that affect them? I mean, second leading scorer, we all love Philon and watching him play, and he's the guy, but second leading scorer.
Well, what I was talking about a minute ago, that you take a guy like that who has been a consistent scorer for them all year long, and he's was an option for them. Even if Philon didn't have his best game, you had guys like him who could step up and score. So you take one of those guys off the court, Brent. Yeah, because you have got to have, when it's one and done in this time of year, if one guy is, because invariably defense is going to step it up. You're going to have to grind out some wins. And I think in the NCAA tournament, I don't know about you guys, I think there's a little bit of a different whistle in the tournament. And I think the SEC sometimes, and talking to some of the SEC coaches, it's a physical league in the SEC, and they let you play. And I think sometimes you get into the tournament, you get different refs from different leagues. Not that there's any bias against the SEC, the whistle's just different. And when that's the case, you get more trips to the free throw line. So I think that just not having another scorer, another guy that is capable of going for 16 to 20 points on any night puts a lot more pressure on the Philon.
Well, they had no whistle when Gwen Eady was playing. I'll say that.
Zach Eady?
Zach Eady, yeah.
Well, whistle, and I think I have it checked lately. I think he's still in the lane.
Yeah. Oh, he would just camp there. And it's not like you can miss him.
You were there for that, weren't you?
I sat right beside your buddy, Slade. I remember seeing him later that night, or I can remember we were back at the hotel or wherever, and we were talking, sort of revisiting the game, and I looked at him. I said, Slade, I looked at my watch and I said, I swear to God, I think Zach Edey's still in the lane. He just doubled up. When's the last time you guys have seen a 3-second call, though?
There was one in the SEC tournament. I forget which game it was, honestly. But the guy was I forget who it was, but the guy was in the lane for like 6 seconds, and then they finally called it. I forget which game.
I don't know what you see called. What do you see called less, 3 seconds or palming the basketball?
Neither. You never see either one of them. Chris Lowe on 3.com.
Really never see palming.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you.
You bet. See you guys.
All right. Good luck dealing with the snow flurries up there in Knoxville. There he goes. Chris Lowe at CLOFB on Twitter. When we come back, 3HL bingo card. Jim, hang with us. We'll come to you. Brackets are out. Who wins it all? Monday edition of 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, maybe a Sprinter van. They've got you covered, new, pre-owned, whatever you're looking for. Just let them know, and they will point you in the right direction. Take your test drive. Go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. I believe it'll be the best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. You can check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All the dealership information is there, how you get in touch with them, where they are, all of those things. GuptonMotors.com. Also, all of the deals they have going on in the month of March, you can find right there at GuptonMotors.com. And the inventory, all of the new vehicles, all the pre-owned vehicles, the inventory is right there online. GuptonMotors.com. 24 West toward Clarksville. Exit 35 is about 9 miles outside the city. Straight shot into the best vehicle buying experience I believe you will have ever had. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. About 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
All right, y'all. I need to head into this place I'm about to tell you about. This is called The Joint Chiropractic. Yeah, you need to go in there because I need to go in there. If you've been moving around or you just been sitting still or you just feeling like, man, I need to get my body back to feeling right, well, this is the place for you. The Joint Chiropractic. They can take care of everything. And I mean, they got 17 locations all across Middle Tennessee. So it's not hard to find. They're open days, nights, and weekends. Whenever your back decides to act up, morning, evening, or whenever. Get in there. They're ready for you. Best part, no insurance needed, no appointments needed. You just walk right in, tell them Big Slay sent you. And check this out. For the new patients, you get the consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29. That's cheap. I know it is. And after that, adjustments start as low as $21. That deal right there deserves everything that it's giving. Headaches, back pain, neck pain, whatever's keeping you from moving like you want to, the Joint's got your back literally. So go hit up thejoint.com, find a location near you, and get yourself back to feeling like you. The Slay Way.
Spring practices are starting up in the college football world. Today was day one in Knoxville, right? Chris was saying it was snowing in Knoxville.
Yeah, I saw Bill Martin, their SID, put video out, and it was snow across Neyland.
That's funny.
How did everyone look, Zeph? I know you've read every message board possible.
I'm actually not a message board guy. I don't really do the message boards.
Huh.
Too many conspiracy theorists in there.
I know, it's good. It's good.
I do say the reaction from George McIntyre videos.
Yeah.
What was it?
That he's not gained a lot of weight.
Oh, bless his heart.
Obviously, they're videos, so we don't really know his true weight, but he still looks really tall and skinny.
Bless his heart.
Also, Faison Brandon wearing number 11.
Shout out Josh Dobbs.
Shout out Josh Dobbs.
615-737-1045. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Thomas Allen on YouTube. This Alabama team by no means is a Final Four team or a national championship contender, but we will still make a run without Aiden Babs. Don't say we're out just because you're a miserable Auburn fan.
Damn.
It's fair. It tracks.
He then writes, as Slay said, Phylon, Phylon, Phylon. Yep.
Miserable.
We do as a show love that dude.
He was my pick for SEC Player of the Year before the season.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Darius Acuff Jr. had one of the best seasons from a freshman as a player.
What did he have against Vandy? 30 and 11 assists? I think that's right.
I think it's something like that, yeah. He had a hell of a SEC tournament run.
Arkansas shot 15 of 24 from three.
Oof.
That's crazy. What was that, 63%? And Vandy hung with him shot for shot until the very end. Arkansas made a dagger three, and Coach Cal went running up the sideline.
62.5. Look at your math.
I think I wrote it.
Oh. I was about to say.
Do you think that I need a shirt that says miserable Auburn fan now? I feel like I'll probably get some use out of it for a couple years.
Listen,
I was going to say, until they get good again at any sport. Yeah. Actually, they're decent at baseball.
If our friend Casey,
you got that,
one of your best friends, heard this on the radio, she's already ordered it.
Well, I need to order her I'm an obnoxious Georgia fan shirt. Because she is.
It's harder to write things down for the bingo card when it's just two of us in here, but I did write down Auburn is the class of your school in Alabama.
Yep. I mean,
Don
Monday
Davenport said
turned
that.
into a little Trash Talk Monday.
It did. And Attack Alabama Monday for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
People are going in. Zeph, what's coming up next?
We are.
Okay.
More of us.
Sorry, guys.
Jim in Chapel Hill. Jim, what's up, man? How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing fine. Hey, Don, I'm an Auburn alum as well.
Hey, War Eagle.
It's good to hear a War Eagle every once in a while on the radio. We don't hear it a whole lot up here.
I love it.
But anyway, I was at a conference one time talking to this young man about football in Alabama. He was not from Alabama, but he was an Alabama fan. You can tell by what I'm about to tell you. I told him, I said, well, I graduated from Auburn the year before Pat Sullivan did. He said, who's that?
Oh,
thought,
no.
boy. I said, boy, you are young. I said, but let me tell you something about the state of Alabama. We're serious about football down there. I said, every child that is born in the state of Alabama, before that child is 24 hours old, the parent has to declare whether they're going to be Auburn or Alabama fan.
Yep.
He said, are you kidding me? I thought, you are an Alabama fan, you dummy.
Damn.
I said,
It's true.
of course not. He
It's
believed
true.
it. Anyway,
I mean-
War Eagle, keep up the good work.
War Eagle.
See
Thanks,
you,
Jim.
Jim in Chapel Hill. 615-737-1045. Always a number.
Although
Corey?
that is accurate. Like, by the time you're in kindergarten, you pick a shirt that you're going to wear on School Spirit Day.
Yep.
Yep.
Makes sense. Corey in Columbia. Corey, got about 30 seconds, man. How are you?
You're good. I'm good, man. Hey, speaking of kindergarten, back when I was in kindergarten in 94, 95, my aunt and uncle, they had a dog named Doobie. It made me think of the conversation you guys were having about weed references, and I just thought I'd bring that up.
That is amazing.
Okay.
Did you get it later?
I did not when I was that young, but I did later in life, yeah.
That's so funny.
Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it. Yeah,
My very first dog's name from we inherited it from my grandfather was Cognac.
Oh, mine were barley and hops.
No. There you go.
Barley and hops.
Barley
two
and
of 'em?
hops. Cocker Spaniels.
That's cute.
That's funny.
One was black and white. One was white and brown.
What are your dogs' names now?
Kimball and Chloe.
That's cute, too.
Like Richard Kimball from The Fugitive?
I don't know where she got that name from. That's what her name was when we picked her up from the shelter.
Aw.
I sent Babs video the other day. I don't know if you watched it because you were in Orlando, but it was it was like a pound or whatever, but they have a day a month where
Oh, I saw it.
they do a parade where the dog picks the owner. And so they'd send the dog out and he would run and stop at whomever and just start like licking their face and jumping on them and stuff. It was like,
That's so fun.
I mean, it'll make anyone tear up when you watch that. It was great.
I get the most shedding, injury-prone, whatever dog in the whole shelter.
You'd get the
I'm
dog
sure.
that tore his ACL when he turned to jump in your lap.
That's right.
Circus Sports in Franklin, Kentucky tomorrow. We'll be there.
Yeah,
if you want to come hang.
live close to there, come hang with us.
3 to 6 p.m.
I like it.
I got all choked up there. I was thinking about the dogs picking the humans. It's a really cool video. Appreciate you guys including us in your day and in your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Hope you had a great day. 3HL is organized chaos, and hopefully we were able to put a smile on your face. Back at it tomorrow. As we said, Slay Dog will be back. You can watch him on ESPN tonight. I guess that's about all I have.
That's it.
Have a great night. Good night. God bless. Don loves that.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you shout out to March Madness. We're glad you're back.
Whoop, whoop.